happening, everybody, and welcome back to Park Lane Podcast as we do a live watch along for the Tottenham Chelsea game kicking off in just under 25 minutes. Well, I was joined by Pav from Paxton Road TV, but she'll be back on in a moment, and Kallum will also be with us. Wynnie will also be joining us shortly, as well as we discuss all of the team news as we head into the Spurs Chelsea game. Now, we might as well go through the lineups as we're fastly approaching the game. So if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video either, and get your comments in the comment section, and we'll read everything out to you as it happens. So let's go first of all through the Chelsea lineup, because we need to at least get that out of the way. So they start with Sanchez in goal, James, Thiago Silva, Desai, Colwill, Enzo Fernandez, Gallagher, Caicedo, Palmer, Sterling, and Jackson. So looks slightly attacking from the Chelsea point of view when we look at the lineup, because they're not only playing Cole Palmer but also playing Nicholas Jackson as well, obviously with Raheem Sterling in a winger role as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they line up, because obviously they're lining up without the winger on the left-hand side, so could end up seeing Cole Palmer play on that side, or you could end up seeing Jackson because he's got a little bit of pace on that side as well. So it's going to be extremely interesting from the Chelsea point of view how they decide to line up. But more importantly, the reason why we are here is we're going to talk through the Spurs lineup. So it's pretty much standard from what we'd expect. So that's Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro at right back, Romero and Van der Ven at centre back, and Destiny Udogie is back at right back. Bissouma, Sarr, Maddison in the midfield, and Kulusevski, Son, and Brennan Johnson comes into the starting lineup. So I'm going to bring in Kallum, as I'm sure he's ready by now. Kallum, how are you doing, mate?
I'm all good, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, good, buddy. I'm good. So quickly, let's talk through the Spurs lineup because we got to that point. Good to see Brennan Johnson coming for his first start. Well, for a while.
A very, very good way of coming in, and based on how he's played in the last couple of times he's come on, positive steps. Takes a bit of pressure off Charlison, give him a break, take him out, see if it resets him, gives Johnson a chance. So, yeah, very positive, and actually good to see Udogie as well in the lineup as well, to actually come in. So that's a very strong left-hand side, to say the least, mate.
Yeah, definitely, mate. And I want to talk, obviously, Udogie, it's good to see him back. He had a fitness test at 1 o'clock today, so it's good to see him actually getting into the starting lineup. But how big of a boost is that to Spurs compared to having either Emerson Royale or Ben Davies on that left back slot?
I think my thoughts. I think Ben Davies is a good utility player, not as a starter. And Emerson Royale can do a bit there, but he can't. But when you've got actual Udogie, it's something different, which is so much better, mate. And to be honest, it's so positive to have him there. And when you think he's only been there less than 5 months, he's been outstanding. So to have him in one of our biggest games the season so far is so good to actually have as an option there. So yeah, no, I can't complain at all, mate. I think it's really, really positive to have him down on that left-hand side, and it's just pure pace, which is brilliant.
Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. And having someone like Udogie back in the starting lineup on that left-hand side, as I said, Ben Davies was terrible at doing that inverted fullback role, but Emerson Royale, was able to step in, was able to, really kind of show that he can do that role if he needs to, but it just isn't his natural role, and having Udogie back in this big game is imperative.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. The manager needs to have his people that he trusts, and you can see from day one he's trusted Udogie to do that. He trusts Emerson to come in and make an impact later in the game, potentially as a right back option if you need to go a little bit more defensive compared to Porro but that's on the right hand side. So actually have Porro and Udogie both starting, inverting completely with the strength of Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson in front of them. You can't go wrong with that, mate. So I hope that this will show people that we're actually taking all of the games seriously and not just going for a walk in the park.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And looking at the Chelsea lineup, I did run through it before you came on. But it's interesting in terms of how they've lined up, because there's no Mudryk in the starting lineup. So, but they do have obviously Palmer and Nicholas Jackson playing. So I would expect one of them to obviously play on the left hand side, you would imagine. But I just don't know which one it might be. Potentially Palmer, maybe. I'm trying to think.
I reckon Sterling on the left. I think Sterling might be their man out on the left hand side, mate. When you think about it, I think Jackson will probably push as far up as he possibly can to try and be on top of Van de Ven and Romero. So when you think about it, left back with Colville and James at right back. You've then got Palmer and Sterling probably either interchanging on the wings like Pochettino likes to do. I reckon Gallagher through the middle and then Jackson up top. So hopefully, if we can nullify Jackson, which it doesn't seem to be too hard to do this season, it might be a positive one. But I think their biggest threat's got to come from Sterling, to say the least. But I was quite surprised to see Mudryk drops. I thought he's been probably one of their most informed players the last couple of weeks, and it'd be interesting when he does come off the bench.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Because you saw him have a good game the other week, where he scored what was probably a cross and then ended up people classing as a chip. But where do you see the threats coming from Chelsea today, or do you see any threats from Chelsea?
Definitely from Reece James. I still think he's one of the best right backs in the league. He's definitely got the aspect to go forward, and he can also defend very well. I reckon Palmer as well. Still can't believe City let him go in the summer. So he is a very good young prospect, but actually with a little bit more behind him than probably some of the others in the Prem. Jackson, not so much. So I'd probably say down the right hand side of Palmer and James, or probably Sterling as their go-to people tonight.
Yeah. So is that where you think Palmer will play, on the right hand side for Chelsea, and then Jackson through the middle?
I reckon so, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. I was unsure because I know that Jackson has got quite a bit of pace about him. So, I'm unsure whether I was unsure. Obviously, we've only ever seen him play as a striker, right? But we've also seen Palmer play behind the striker. So it's going to be interesting how exactly they line up.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether, like you said, if Jackson does play up top, does it mean that they play a three-man midfield with Gallagher, Caicedo, and Fernandes in the middle, with then Palmer and Sterling just playing off of Jackson, or does it mean that Jackson drops and tries to use his pace just to run through our midfield? It's going to be an interesting game, mate. So we just need to see
100%.
how it actually stacks up when they start playing.
Exactly. And for those of you that have not so familiar with our streams recently, we do a score predictor for every game that Spurs play in, and we have a little table running. So for those of you that aren't aware, here is the table so far. Just gives me an excuse to show myself being top of the league. With 14 points, you get 3 points for a win, for an exact score, 1 point for a win, as in you predict the correct score, correct team to win. Wynnie is on 11 points. Dave, Harry, and Kallum all on 8 points. And for today's game, these are the scores. So I've actually gone for a 1-1 draw. Wynnie, who's in second, has gone for a 2-2 draw. And the three who are, in third place, joint third, we should say, Dave with 2-1 Spurs, Kallum with 3-0 Spurs, and Harry with 3-2 Spurs. Looking back on your score prediction of 3-0 Spurs, do you have any regrets?
I don't know. Just go for it. To hell with it, mate. I just want us to win. I don't really give a toss about score predictors and all that now. It's like what we always say about the FPL. I was right at the bottom. I'm gradually working my way up the top, doing it the same with this. But to be honest, in all seriousness, I just want us to win. Because if we can keep this momentum going, it relieves pressure on us later in the year. Simple as that. We get through these. It means if we do have a couple of bad results, we won't feel all that bad about it. Whereas, as soon as if we lose points to Chelsea, some bandwagon will start up where everyone will just go, oh, they've bottled it. Well, we're still going to be second even if we lose tonight. So It's not that bad. So I'm just going, just get the game over and done with, win it, or at least draw, and we just keep going, mate. How about you?
Yeah, no.
You regretting a 1-1 draw?
No, I'm not actually. I think it's going to be a little bit more cagey than people make out. But I don't really like not backing Spurs. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really like not going for a Spurs win. So it does pain me to go for a draw. But as you say, looking at the results from the weekend, actually, it's not the worst thing that's ever happened. If as you say, if we don't win tonight, we're still second in the league regardless of whatever happens. But if we do win, we go back 2 points clear from what I remember, and we're actually about 5 or 6 points clear of Arsenal at that point. 5?
Yeah, I think we're about 5 points clear of Arsenal, maybe 4. I think we've all got to come to the reality that City is still a freak of nature. They're just such a good team, and they're gonna, if we do. And this is me not saying that we're going for a title battle or anything like that, but if we do keep pushing at the top of the league, City are going to be the ones that are going to be a complete and utter pain in the backside to it.
Yeah, no, 100%, mate. I'm just looking at the league table now. So as we stand, Man City played 11 on 27 points. Spurs played 10 on 26 points. So if we win today, we go 2 points clear. If we win today, we go 5 points clear of both Liverpool and Arsenal. And, even looking further down the table, we'd be 7 points ahead of Aston Villa in 5th. So, and 9 points ahead of Newcastle in 6th. So for those that, said that we would struggle to get, 9th or above, looking a little bit stupid now, aren't they? Kallum.
Yeah, can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, you seem to have glitched just a little bit. I'm going to drop you out for just a second. So this is where we're at. What are we now? 12 minutes before kickoff. The lineups are out. What I want to hear from everybody in the chat and in the comments is get your thoughts on the score predictions, and let us know what you think the score is going to be today. Are you excited for the game? Where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments, and we'll bring up every single comment that comes along. I think Callum's back with us, so I'll bring him back in. Callum, here you are.
I am alive.
Yeah.
I think.
So, I'll take the blame for that. There's a technical reason why I'll take the blame. So, might as well.
Right,
exactly, mate. Exactly. So yeah, it's crazy to think about, isn't it? Like, and again, I'm not talking about Spurs winning the league, but 9 points clear if we win today. I think it is of Newcastle in 6th place is absolute madness at this stage, isn't it? We play Newcastle, in a few games as well.
It's such a difficult one considering how bad a pre-season we've had, how we've just gradually played our way through it. We've had everyone battering us and saying, "Oh yeah, but you're only playing against Sheffield and Newcastle or Sheffield and Luton and places like that." Well, I mean, no disrespect to Luton or to us, but we actually beat Luton. Liverpool drew with them 1-1, and they was that close to losing to them. So I mean, when you think about it, no game in the Premier League's easy. Simple as that. So to actually hello, sir.
How are we?
Good, mate.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm all right, mate. I'm a mixture of everything today. I'm tired. I'm nervous. I'm excited. Yeah, just all of those combined into one body.
You sound like a geriatric person.
I may well be. I may well be.
So if anyone just tuned in and wonder where Pav is, she's actually had an emergency, so she's had to drop off, unfortunately. But we'll bring her back on the show in in a couple of weeks, hopefully, and she will be fine. But Wynnie, what do you think about the lineups? What do you think about Doggy being back in? What do you think about Johnson starting on the left?
Yeah, Udogie coming straight in. I'm very happy with that. Although Paul O'Keefe said he's in despite only having one light training session this week, so that concerns me a little bit because I mean he's not going to be 100%, but a 60% Udogie or 100% Emerson Royale or Ben Davis, who also isn't available, I think anyway. But I'm taking a slightly fit Udogie. Brennan Johnson, after his cameo against Palace, I don't see why we wouldn't put him in there. And I mean, we talked about it on the pod. I think, we talked about it on the pod. I think, and we have my reservations with regards to Richarlison and Johnson's work rate. And I feel like Richarlison's work rate would have been utilised well today, but we don't really know. We don't really know what kind of threat Chelsea are gonna bring to the table just yet. So yeah, I'm happy with the lineup, to be honest. The only one I was unsure of was like we said the Richarlison or Johnson debate, but I think Johnson is better technically. So for me, I'm happy.
Yeah, definitely. It's an interesting one, mate, because it was probably an obvious choice, I would say. Drop Richarlison and bring on Brennan Johnson. But Brennan Johnson hasn't had, many starts. Brennan Johnson hasn't, come in and kind of said, this is mine, I'm going to take it, right? We talked about his ability to track back in the previous ones and whether actually that would suit Ange or not. But then you look at it from a different angle and you say, Richarlison's been doing average at best. It's about time that Johnson comes in and and shows what he's really made of. So it's kind of one of those, isn't it? I was surprised he came in from the start. My thoughts were going to be he was going to come on 60 minutes or so, and then he would come on probably from the next game and start. But to come in and Ange to say, do you know what? This is the player I want, and this is the player that's going to perform. It's going to be interesting.
But maybe what I would say to that is maybe we said Richarlison, for his lack of ability, there's no doubt about that. Like, he's a good player, but he's not technically what we kind of want. But what he lacks in that, he makes up in his effort and his his work rate, etc., and how lively he is. So maybe we start Johnson for the technical side, and then come 60 minutes when Chelsea are potentially tiring, we can bring Richarlison on. Maybe that's the key, is maybe we bring a Richarlison off the bench to bring his enthusiasm, his confidence, because he does have a lot of confidence for someone who isn't very good at football. But yeah, so maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need him coming off the bench when legs are tiring, and that could work. We don't know, but it's I'm sure we'll find out later on today.
Yeah, you might be right. Like, you might be right in the sense of, like, do you remember Richarlison coming on, setting up the equaliser against Chelsea last time?
Yes.
Maybe that's him. Maybe that's him late on in the game, little outside
I always thought Richarlison was potentially an off the bench impact player. To be honest, I was never convinced that he was our starter. Definitely not our starting striker. I just thought he may be able to maybe make a claim for his the left wing position. But again, I think Brennan Johnson has done well to take on to that. So. I like him, and we have this Richarlison debate most weeks because he's always a hot topic amongst Spurs fans. But I like him. I want him to stay in our squad because I like what he brings. But I don't think he's a starter.
No, that's the issue, isn't it? Kallum, talk about Richarlison. I don't know how much you got of that. Like, do you think he is an impact player? Do you think he actually has got a place to say, do you know what, come on and do bits late on?
Yeah, I definitely think he's an impact player. The problem is when you're thinking about the crazy money that goes around in football now, that you're actually paying 60 million for a bench player. But when you're Daniel Levy and a businessman, you're probably thinking, 60 million will get me a first-class striker. Turns out, probably your bench option that you got, but then the pressure of being that 50 to 60 million pound player, does that mean that you kind of have to play him under the chairman's nose? So I think he does definitely have more of an impact off the bench. He did it with Liverpool last year. He's done it all the way through this season. I just don't think he's not. I don't think for Spurs he's actually done a proper 90 minutes properly more than maybe 5 times where we've actually said, yeah, he's had a great game. But he did do it for Everton. He did do it for Watford. So my hope would have been that if he did have better players like what we have at Spurs compared to them two playing around him, that he might have been that person to take Kane's mantle and try and lead on it. Or if Son did go up top, he'd have Son's place on the left. But there's not enough that he's done to see what he is doing to justify it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just watching, Pochettino embracing with Big Ange, and I'm trying to have a little listen to see how much boos there are going around, but I couldn't hear a lot. Maybe that's on those media things.
No, I think it was all talk, to be honest. I don't think Spurs fans genuinely were going to boo Pochettino. I think it literally was just, like I say, just a bit of talk. But I saw something interesting. Those that are sitting on the fence with regards to Pochettino and whether we should boo him and etc. etc. I saw a very good tweet earlier, and it was, okay, so they may not be, our North London rivals. However, Pochettino has accepted a job for a team that before, when they play at home, Chelsea, their opening song, they sing about hating Spurs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He accepted a job where a team sing that. So as far as I'm concerned, don't care.
It is tricky, mate. It is tricky. Yeah, sorry, Kallum.
Just a quick one. I've just seen Jesus Perez on the bench. I thought he was banned. I thought he had a red card from last weekend.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually on the bench with Poch. So I'm guessing that might have been overturned. Yeah, I'm guessing so.
Yeah, maybe they thought, you know what, we'll let him watch the defeat as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so Kallum, you are right. It looks like they're saying Sterling on the left, Palmer on the right. So yeah, you got that one right.
Yeah, Gallagher through the middle, isn't it?
So let me just say, genuinely, how are we both feeling about this game?
I would say confident, but then I went with a 1-1 scoreline, didn't I? So
right, let me put this to you now. Would you rather lose our unbeaten streak today at home to Chelsea or on Saturday at home away to Wolves?
Away to Wolves.
Yeah, away to Wolves.
Of course.
Okay.
Because you don't want to lose it, no matter what people say about rivalry.
No, but I get what you're saying, but this is a game. This is a game that, in my eyes, form goes out the window. This is 50-50 today. Whereas Wolves is a team, no disrespect to them, it's a team we should be winning. And it's a game we should be winning.
Yeah, but it's about bragging rights, isn't it? It's about
I get that.
all those little morons on Twitter and all the rest of it. It's all about that. It's about, being at home. It's about, having your fans there to witness it. Do you get what I mean? Like this whole unbeaten thing, like we're not going to remain unbeaten forever.
No, it's got to end, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just hope it doesn't end against Chelsea. That's all.
So, right, hang on. Let me chuck something else to you now then. If I offered you a draw now, would you both take it?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Hands down.
Yeah. Okay.
How about you? Seems that you also went for a draw.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. Give me a draw now. Snap your hand off. Absolutely.
Exactly. It looks like they're just doing the last post.
Did you see the really unfortunate?
I didn't know what happened.
Do you know what I'm on about though?
Yeah. I know you. I think I gathered from what I didn't see but did see online.
The Forest, the Forest game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I feel so terrible for that little kid.
Did he mess it up?
Yeah. So I mean, he bless him. He started off okay, like quite confident, and then he just messed up one little note, and then it all just went to pot, and then he just literally decided to just stop. Like he didn't even try to carry on; he just stopped, and everyone had to just try and clap and try and get him over it. But
yeah, I saw that all the players and stuff like applauded, and
it's one of those things that I feel bad for him, but I couldn't help absolutely pissing myself.
Classic.
You're so heartless. You're so.
I'm not. It's just it is genuinely funny. Like,
what if that was your kid? What if that was your kid and he screwed that up?
I'd still laugh. I'd be there for him, but I would laugh because it's funny.
I mean, to be fair, it actually did help a little bit with that Nottingham Forest game and Villa game, though, because obviously Villa losing kept them further away from us as well. It turns out Villa are actually quite good this year in the background. Yeah. So, I mean, they are getting closer to us.
Good to see Emi Martinez mess up as well, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
Hopefully it took away from the kid as well.
Can I just say, both teams have absolutely just ran out of the traps here at the start.
Oh, yeah. For everyone watching, what minute are you on your end?
You what, sorry?
For everyone watching, what minute are you on your end?
I am only 40 seconds in now.
Okay. How the hell are they out of the traps then? Literally, they've probably just kicked the ball.
What I mean, mate, is the kickoff happened and Maddison and Son both literally massive pressure, and then the same the other end on our defence.
Oh yeah, and then they won the ball back, didn't they? But then we managed to recover quite nicely.
Like, both teams look
fast paced this game, isn't it?
They look up for it, man. They look up for it.
Well, Poch is a clever tactician, right? He has been, he always will be in my eyes, and he knows where our weaknesses are, right? And he knows that's going to be around playing tiki-taka football with our back four and our inverted fullbacks. So they are going to put a lot of pressure on us early days.
Yeah, but that's fine, because as we've seen, hopefully we've got the players at the back that can beat the press, and if we beat the press, then we counter. So if they want to attack us, that's absolutely fine. I never get that. I always want to know why they do that. Gallagher's got, I think Kyle Walker used to do it as well, and they cut massive holes in the back of their socks.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that either.
I don't understand it. I don't think I ever will understand it.
No. What do you think about this Colwell, by the way?
I know there's a lot of hype around him. If I'm honest, I haven't watched him enough to know whether he lives up to the hype or whether, I can understand the hype. But I mean, it's not just, I don't think it's just Chelsea fans. There's also England fans, and, he's got a little bit of a few people in the Premier League also shouting for him. So he must be good at to some degree, but we'll see how he fares today. So where's he playing today?
Is he playing left back instead of Cucurella?
Left back. Okay, cool. Okay, so he's going to be up against Kulusevski.
Yeah, because he just fouled Kulusevski early on, didn't he?
Got ya.
Where Kulu turned him. And guys, we can see there's a few people in the chat. So if you're in the chat, get your comments in the comments section. Talk with us while you're watching the game. Where are you watching from? What do you think the score's going to be? Let us know.
And if you think Chelsea are going to win, then don't bother putting that in there.
You can. We'll just abuse you instead.
Yeah. Has he even, that Caicedo, has he even pulled up any trees? Because I know he was unreal at Brighton. I don't think he's done anything
It's
decent.
difficult though, isn't it, for like a CDM? It's hard to
I know, but let's say Kante at Leicester was unreal and he stood out, and he went to Chelsea and then also stood out as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Caicedo, I don't watch Chelsea religiously, but if someone's had a good game, you usually see about it on Twitter or Match of the Day or something.
Yeah. But that foul for Caicedo just ends quite nicely because, not that I'm condoning betting because you shouldn't bet unless you can bet. Paddy Power had a bet on today.
Okay.
Right? And it's like they have these like turbo price boosts.
Yeah.
And it's Son to have one shot on target, Maddison to have a shot on target, and Caicedo to commit one foul.
Okay.
So he's already committed one foul, so that's not good.
So that's that one good, yeah.
They boost the odds. So it was 3-1, maximum bet £10. Oof. So or you can put on the max you can put on as a tenner. So I had a little flutter on it earlier. So it's good to see that bit's already come in. So that's good.
I'm the type of gambler that will literally do a 15-team accumulator for 50p. That's me. I don't ever do any more than that. And that's just because I'm too stingy with my money. That's the only reason.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, that's you're probably quite far ahead of me, but that was really nice. Then Chelsea tried to win the ball back, press the ball, and then Maddison won the ball straight back from. Surely someone was offside there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'm on about 4 minutes 20, if that helps you.
Probably. I'm 5 minutes 10.
Okay, so still 30 seconds ahead.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay, so we're on the Kulusevski on the right hand side. Yeah. Runs into the box. 1-0 Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, get in!
It's honestly, when you see it, it's the shittest goal that you'll ever see. Kulusevski down the right hand side, cuts in on his left foot, tries to bend it in the far corner, hits a defender, wrong foots the goalkeeper, and just rolls in.
Get in.
But who cares? We take it. 5 minutes and we are 1-0 up.
Kallum, you missed that, lad.
I have seen it. That is a very pants goal. It is probably one of the worst that Kulusevski will ever see.
Oh! By the way, Luke.
Yeah.
It came off Colwill.
I'm watching it now actually. Because Sarr got the ball, didn't he? Sarr played out Kulusevski.
Kulusevski off Colwill's back, I think, and into the bottom corner. What a start! That's exactly what we needed today.
What's that celebration all about then? Let's talk through that. What do you think this means?
Maybe he's embarrassed because it was a shit goal.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Tunnel vision, maybe.
Amazing. What they need to do now. Oh yeah, I can hear you in there, Kallum.
Sorry.
What we need to do now is keep the momentum going. We need to keep.
We literally have. Yeah. We're on the attack again.
What a ball that was as well, though.
I know.
That was
Maddison. Honestly, we have started like fire.
So in the build-up to that, I think Maddison gets the ball back around the left-back spot and just plays the ball across midfield.
Pedro Porro nearly scored. Great save. I say a great save. I mean, it was pretty much at Sanchez, but honestly, relentless at the minute. Pedro on his weak. Pedro
Pedro when it's at home, mate.
Pedro
Porro on his weak foot. A great strike, but the keeper held onto it well. Oh,
it's just come up as well that Sarr got the assist for Kulusevski's goal as well.
Yeah,
so I think it's about 2 assists for Sarr this year, which is not too bad for a
Pochettino does not look happy.
Oh, what shame.
Actually, no, he looks quite happy. Fair play. He's obviously happy that we've scored.
Oh yeah, I've just seen that Podro Pero attempt.
Podro Pero.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah, as you say, he kind of just hits it near post, doesn't he? When
It was a good strike with his weak foot, but whew, I feel like I need a beer.
You can join me on the 0 alcohol beers if you want.
I have alcoholic ones, not 0 alcohol, I'm afraid.
I have 0 alcohol in the house, full stop. That's how depressed I am.
When you have a child, you just need to have stock in. That's how it works.
I'm on a detox at the moment.
Okay.
Gym. Just in the gym, eating better, no alcohol, but I still need something. So plus there are a lot less calories having 0 alcohol beer, which I didn't know about until the other day.
Have you ever tried that skinny lager?
No, what's that?
It's basically just lager that has, I think it's about, don't quote me on it, but I think it's about 100 calories per bottle,
Oh, yeah.
which I'm guessing is significantly less than, I don't know, another beer brand.
Yeah. There's not a lot in the 0 stuff, but anyway, everyone's just switched off after we discussed that.
Yeah. Our viewers probably went down from 3 to 0 then.
Pretty much. So we need, I'm looking at obviously, behind you boys, but I'm looking at Romero. Just hold the ball then. Like, I can hear fans screaming, right? Pretty much for us to get forward and push more. But it's clever football, right? It's clever football. He waited, then he just played the ball into Basuma, I think it was, who got fouled straight away.
And that's what it's going to be, is because they're gonna press us and press us and press us.
Yeah.
And thankfully we've got, Van der Ven is a good passer of the ball, but Romero is a really good passer of the ball in a short distance. His passes are accurate. So they keep pressing and pressing and pressing, and we beat that press. We're good to go. And we saw we're 1-0 up thanks to a smart little counter attack, and that, hopefully that continues.
I tell you who has looked lively so far as well. Johnson down that left-hand side. So much raw pace just to burn. He's just running straight at James. And he keeps skinning him.
Yeah, that's going to be a difficult one, I think, for Johnson, like in terms of technically, because I think Colwill and Kulusevski looks like he's got his number on Colwill. But, Reece James is a little bit more kind of, he's a lot more experienced, right? So, you may see it a bit more difficult for Johnson, but he's the perfect person, I think. And Chelsea just can't get out, can they?
No,
exactly.
That's what we want.
What minute are you guys on at the moment?
3.
Hang on a second. What a save. Sorry, I was engrossed in that. I know I need to give you more information. Chelsea broke into the box from a poor Pedro Porro pass. Nicholas Jackson into the box, kind of cut and sat Van der Ven down, and then tried to bend it in the bottom corner, but Vicario got down well, very, very well. That's a great save, to be honest. But yeah, so corner to Chelsea, not good.
Are you? I'm on 11:20 at the moment. Are you a bit ahead, or are you?
I'm 11:30, so we're close, mate.
That's not bad then. Luke, where's your Stone Age Wi-Fi and IPTV then?
Luke's still watching the Palace game, I think.
I think
it's
Luke's still trying to discover fire at the moment. Let's put it that way, mate.
It's a great save, but to be honest, what is Cristian Romero doing?
I don't know. I think both our defenders are eager.
I'm sorry, but he sees the Jackson run. Why is he not just following his man? Instead, he tries to step out and win the ball.
Look, our defenders, for how faultless they've been, they're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And we need to just, be prepared for it. Kulusevski on the right-hand side, and he's run away from the box now. Whew. This game, this is going to end up about 4-4, I think.
Harry's 3-2 might be an accurate scoreline after I, squashed it before the game.
Well, I went for 2-2, didn't I?
Yeah, 2-2 you went for, yeah.
Okay. Nice, good play. Well done. Okay, you Doji down the left-hand side. Johnson. 2-0, Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, get in!
Oh,
The flag's up.
oh yes,
Oh.
Sonny.
The flag is up, boys. The flag is up.
Oh, bollocks.
Was it offside?
We will find out.
What's your immediate
Ooh.
thoughts?
So the offside is for. Yeah, I think Sonny is slightly ahead. I think Sonny is slightly ahead. They are obviously VAR's checking it. Lovely finish from Sonny, by the way.
Do you reckon they're giving it against Johnson in the
I think they're
initial
looking at
build-up?
both. No, they're looking at the Sonny one actually. By the look of it,
I think Son is offside. You can see from. I've just seen it like in real time, about 10 minutes after, and I think
disallowed goal. Checking disallowed goal. There's still no decision, but looking at the still image, he looks slightly off.
Johnson's obviously on. Ooh.
It could be deceiving because the defender's right foot is playing.
And his arm as well. And his arm is.
They're checking that. They're checking the opposite angle, which makes Sonny look miles offside.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if they check it from the right-hand side, he's ahead of the man. If they check it from a left-hand side, he's in line. But this is why we all hate VAR. It takes two.
It's difficult because if you look at the feet of both players, the centre back,
both look the same.
Yeah,
he's like a doppelganger.
I'll be surprised if. Yeah, he's offside.
Yeah. So
what a pass that is by Brennan Johnson, though.
Do you know what? Do you know what annoys me? They haven't shown any lines.
Yeah.
They've just shown one angle where it looked dubious, and then the other angle which looked convincing, and that's not enough to go by. Like the whole point is we're supposed to see the lines, but
oh, good. I was going to say a good block there by Basuma, but
they did show the line.
Kind of followed up.
Oh, did they show the lines?
Yeah, they did show the lines. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Must not be on whatever dodgy channel you're watching it on.
I think my stream slightly stops. I think I might be slightly behind you now, Callum. I think you're in charge.
I'm on 15:30.
Oh, you are ahead.
And Son and Johnson are coming again. Matters. No, he's run into James. Yeah, so we've not got much chance with that one, to be honest.
Oh, I just watched Van der Ven earlier on, just like bully Gallagher
was that
at the edge
Palmer
of the
or Gallagher?
Gallagher, I think it was, yeah.
They've both got bleach blonde bloody hair, so I mean...
What a start, though. What a start. Yeah. That's exactly what we needed to do, you know. But, I mean, we really, really could have done with that second one counting. That 2-0 cushion 15 minutes in would have been unreal.
Unreal, wouldn't it? Yeah. You know, you said at the start of the game, would we take a point before the game? Hell no.
I still take a point now. I'd still take a point, mate.
No chance. I want to take these boys to the cleaners.
I also want to take it to the cleaners, but I would also take not being beat today.
I mean,
surely we don't get beat the way we've started this game.
I wouldn't like to think so, but
yeah, I would hope.
I mean, it is relentless. We are constantly attacking them, which is great. That's a corner.
Yeah, good win there by Johnson.
Is that a good start, Johnson?
Yeah, the one thing that scares me a little bit is that if Chelsea had a proper striker up there, like a Costa, a Jodba, something like that, them two chances that Jackson has had in the first 15 minutes, they'd be ahead. Simple as that, I think.
Well, that's what they're saying, aren't they? Because that Nkunku should be back, New Year,
Yeah, because he just had a relapse, didn't he, in his injury
did he?
when they were training. Oh, that's a bloody... Son was just having a bit of a fight with one of the Chelsea defenders in the box. And Kulusevski's having a nice fight with Thiago Silva. It's what we want to see, though. Good bit of aspect. Bloody. Oh, Doggy's just got booked.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Reckless challenge. I think the aggression's flaring up a little bit.
Yeah.
I just want to rewatch it.
What have I missed?
He won a 2-footed
Has he been
challenge.
booked for that?
Yeah, he got booked for it.
He's 2-footed. He's 2-footed. You can't really do that, but he's nowhere near the player, so I don't see how it matters.
I've just seen that. He's come in like an absolute steamroller, isn't he?
They are doing a serious foul play, though, check.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're doing a red card check.
Because he's come off the floor?
Because Ray Studs, based on
this is what I'm saying, Luke. Take a draw.
But you can't. No, I'm not having that. He's nowhere near Raheem Sterling.
I agree with you.
You can't give a red card or serious foul play.
Yeah, they've waved it off. Waved it off, but it is a universally hated challenge, so that's why they had to do a review on it as well. I mean,
it's just a very.
Sanchez has just literally hoofed the ball straight out of freaking play.
I would say it's just a very inexperienced, immature tackle, isn't it? You know, someone who is very young and has got caught up in the occasion of the game and stuff. So,
I think the only reason why it wasn't given as a foul play challenge was because obviously Sterling, using all his experience, was able to actually pull himself out of it a little bit and knock the ball away. Because
but in my opinion, what I would say to that is it shouldn't be. I'm thrilled that
he didn't have to move out the way.
It shouldn't be the player's responsibility to move out the way of a reckless tackle. But I still think on this occasion, I don't think it was a red card, but it was still very silly.
And Doshi's got to be careful as well because he's just been picked up for a foul pretty much within a minute of getting that yellow. So, and Pedro Porro's just flattened Thiago Silva. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. It's getting a little bit.
You're having conversations in your own head there, Kallum.
Maybe. I am hearing voices. 1-0. 1-0. Bollocks. Sterling.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's happened?
No one cleared their lines from our side. Literally, there was no space, yet our guys just didn't know how to clear the ball. Problem is there's players down injured in the build up to it. Romero's down injured. We've got Colwill down injured as well. There was about 3 fouls in the build up to that, mate. It was ridiculous.
Problem with Romero is he wasn't injured and then he went down. Does that make sense?
What a shit goal as well. They're looking. Are they?
Romero sent off. No,
it's a handball.
No, where? Romero could be sent off because he's kicked.
Because he kicked Colwill. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh,
it's come off. It's.
So what are you saying, Wynnie? That it's come off Sterling's hand.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
well, I did see that because obviously I'm slightly behind. I just saw him boot Colwill as he went down.
It's definitely come off. It's 100% come off Sterling's hand.
Right, so Romero's probably going to go. Sterling's probably going to have his goal disallowed as well. So we're going to be down to 10.
Romero's definitely going to go for that.
Yeah, it wasn't very heavy, but it was kicked out. Yeah. Oh, this is going tits. This is going tits. Yeah, so they've got to do the
so the handball's been given.
Yeah.
But there's no way Romero stays on this pitch.
No.
Absolutely no way.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Have they said anything
So
yet?
Romero's
has
entering the
come
pitch
back
again. No, he's not.
He's got to come back on the pitch first and all that, because obviously he's injured. So by ruling, you've got to come off the pitch and all that.
Romero's not been sent off.
Oh, really? Shit.
Do you know what it reminded me of? And as I watched it recently, David Beckham.
Yeah. No, he's escaped a red card. That's the wrong decision, in my opinion.
Someone just texted me in a group chat and he said, Spurs have made it when Udogie doesn't get sent off and Romero doesn't get sent
No.
off.
Your doggy was not a red card, but Romero is 100% a red card, and I'm not gonna beat around the bush. That's the wrong
I was going to say, I think it's
that he needs to come out of this game, though. He got flattened. Yeah, and his reaction was to boot Colwell.
What I would say has gone in his favour is he wasn't looking, and Colwell almost stepped across him. So it could have. I'm just saying what I can see.
Yeah. The problem is now that the ref is going to let a lot more go now. So all of this pushing in the back, everything like that, where people are getting flopped on both sides, this is going to get out of control very quickly. I think he's set a precedence here, which is not a good one, to say the least, I don't think.
Yeah.
And obviously the commentators are calling for Mike Dean as well at the moment. And Enzo Fernandez just had the most dog shit shot going.
Yeah, just saying that.
The problem is now that the whole message of the game has been set. This is another battle of the bridge ready to brew, I reckon.
It actually is.
But the thing is, all that needs to happen is Anthony needs to go in and calm them down. Like that's
yeah, but the problem is there's still 20 minutes left of this half.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Maddison, we've got Johnson, we've got Udogie, all going mental and all that. And now he's finally given a bloody foul and all that, but in favour of a Chelsea player. So, I mean, there's no control over this game. Yeah, I think in response to the Udogie challenge, this is what's got them a little bit of a firework up their backside to actually mean that they want to have a game now. And the problem is, I don't think Spurs have got their head straight yet, because they're being very, very petty at the moment with some of their stuff.
Oh my God. So we've just had obviously Chelsea have had that free kick that you may have seen. They whipped it in the box and it's kind of just dropped to someone on the 6-yard box, but it was a great clearance from Pedro Porro, I believe.
That was concerning. And then Thiago Silva decides to hit someone in the face in the stands with the ball after that with his follow-up.
This game is mental. Honestly, this game is so horrible to watch. For a neutral, if you're a Man City or an Arsenal fan eagerly watching this game, hoping Spurs lose, or any neutral watching it, what a game! But it's not good. It's not good.
Nah.
So Chelsea have had seven shots to our 0. Okay, so Chelsea are in the box. Jesus Christ! I'm trying to tell you what's going on, but I don't even know myself. And it's 1-1.
Bollocks! Yeah.
Caicedo. Oh, offside. The lino has just put his flag up.
This is the problem. It's his bloody letting the play go.
So they are checking now. I don't know what they're checking. They're checking. As soon as I know, I will let you know. But I don't know who they're checking currently. I
think everyone's trying to work it out. Even I ain't got a bloody clue. What way's up? What way's down? What way's left to right with no knees? Could it be based on?
So they're checking Nicholas Jackson. The ball went through his legs. I'm guessing for a potential obstruction on the goalkeeper.
That's a bit of a weak infringement one.
I'm guessing that's what it's for anyway. So that's not a penalty on Raheem Sterling.
No, but could it be the follow-up that Romero's done? Because he took one guy out as well.
Honestly, this is the first time that we've looked just...
Right, so Romero killed Enzo and they've just given the goal. Goal's given.
You must be far ahead.
Live score came up with it. Gotta love live score. And Luke's just thinking, where are we?
So I mean, it's kind of deserved, if I'm honest.
Well, there goes my score prediction.
The offside we'll find out about, but I'm going with the fact I think it's a penalty to Chelsea, irrespective of whether this goal or not.
Yeah. Sorry, lads. One of you's got your sound on. You need to turn it off.
That might be me. Sorry, I was just trying
I
to...
think it's Wynnie on the TV.
Offside.
Is it?
Offside.
Oh, shit. So why the hell did live score just dupe me? Well, that app's getting deleted. Let's put it that way.
They're now checking for a possible penalty.
Oh, crying out loud.
On
So
who?
now it's a penalty for Romero on Edson Fernandez.
Correct.
Why? Why?
Because he two-footed him.
God's
He
sake.
two-footed him.
No, they're checking for the Van de Ven one, but he did not. That's what they're checking for, I think.
Why are they checking the Van de Ven
Oh, hang on. No, they're checking the Romero one, but Romero clears the ball out and catches Enzo afterwards. No, I don't think you can. He's gone through the ball completely. That's not.
Did you see? Sorry, I know I'm far behind, but did you see that Nicholas Jackson was offside because of his ass?
Yeah.
No,
You can't give. I'm sorry, but I'm going to lose the plot in a minute. You cannot give a penalty for a player winning the ball too hard.
They are. That's what they're doing.
Well,
It's
He's
embarrassing.
going. I believe he's going to the screen.
we've
It's
got
an
Neville
embarrassment.
literally. We've got Neville going, yeah, it's a penalty. Yeah, it's a penalty. Shut up. Absolutely.
You can't, I'm sorry, but you can't give a penalty because someone wins the ball and then goes through the player.
Yeah, but when it goes to the screen, you know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always got to be given.
See, this is once again VAR is the star of the show, and I mean, the problem is, arguably Romero shouldn't be on the pitch. So what do we say? Do you know what I mean? We can't really sit here and contradict ourselves, but we can only go with what is given at the time. And for me, he doesn't need to go in like that.
I think it is a penalty from what I'm seeing. I think it's been
Which
given.
part? Oh, as in like they're
So he's
giving.
having a word. He's having a
Yeah.
word with Sonny and Romero. So I'm assuming he's saying, "You're very lucky. You've gone in reckless." Or is he going to give a red? He's given a red card. Romero sent off.
What?
Romero sent off.
Oh my God.
Penalty and red card.
Jesus.
This is
So
just embarrassing. Someone texted me and they said, "Oh, do you not remember Curtis Jones' red card?" And I'm saying, oh yeah, the lad's not even got the ball there. He's gone straight over the top of the ball through the player. This, he wins the ball.
He has won the ball. That's the thing, but it's the follow through that they've picked it on. And the thing is, obviously, they can't get VAR to review it because obviously VAR sent Oliver to the screen as well, so they can't overrule anything in there. I don't think at all.
Oh well, looks like Spurs need to release a statement now, don't they?
I hope
I
they
don't know.
don't.
If I'm honest,
You might start getting some decisions your way if you start releasing statements.
Brennan Johnson off for Eric Dyer.
Oh,
Yeah. So I mean, let's be honest. He should have gone for the kick. So, but that doesn't now mean that you deserve to get sent off for that one. Oh well. So can I just say we 100% lose from here. By the way.
yeah, and it's 1-0. So
1-1. The reason why I was like that is because Vicario went the right way, tipped it onto the post, and it rolled along the line and went in the other side.
Right. Yeah, Spurs haven't done nothing since that goal was disallowed. We've just lost our heads at the end of the day. So
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say right now, unfortunately. I know that's not great, but it's just a game that was once again been Cole Palmer shushing the Spurs fans whilst equalising. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Fucking donut.
well, he's an arse clown anyway.
Okay, well we need to see a completely different Spurs now. Down to 10 men, I don't see us being able to compete, especially with the pressure, etc.
Well, let's put it this way: they've started straight off with a long ball, which is just picked up by the Chelsea defence. So I mean, and now it's all kicking off as well between Sarr and Colwill.
We just need to get into half time now. That's the best
Palmer
we
at
can
the post
hope
as
for.
well, didn't he, in that penalty?
Sorry?
Palmer at the post as well, didn't he?
Yes.
The problem is that how much extra time do you guys reckon we're going to have now? We've had 3 VAR
10 minutes. So we've probably still got another 20 minutes left here.
Yeah. Porro's out injured as well.
Oh, it's just going from bad to worse, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, Pedro Porro has rolled his ankle, so doesn't look good on first inspection. He's currently down receiving treatment, so we're currently down to 9 men, which is good because the game's obviously continued because he's off the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Chelsea in down the left-hand side, squared across, 2-1 to Chelsea. Okay, offside flag is up.
Oh my god. This game is wild. Oh yeah, just saw Pedro Porro's ankle there.
He is way offside.
Raheem Sterling is offside.
He is way offside, but look how far deeper Eric Dyer is compared to all other Spurs players.
This is what we need to get used to. This is what it's going to be now.
We've got him against bloody Wolves as well next, and then another 70 minutes of this crap. Unless they overrule Romero's red card, which I highly doubt they will. Do you reckon Spurs will appeal it?
I would, but I mean, I don't know because I don't. No, I probably wouldn't because I think obviously you then face further games if they deem it like a bit of a piss take.
Well, the thing is, he can still get further suspension anyway. He's still, seeing as it was a straight red, they can review it and extend it up to 3 to 5 games.
Right.
Based on violent conduct.
Yeah, but I don't think you can give that as violent conduct.
Well, we've seen the PMOGL. Come on.
Well, judging by football Twitter, it's a complete deserved red card for Romero.
Of course,
Who's this coming from? Every other fan apart from Tottenham fans.
No. Tottenham fans as well on my Twitter. So
must be watching a different game to us then.
It's either that or we're so delusional, it's unbelievable.
I just don't understand. Somebody correct me for this. I don't understand how you can be given a red card for winning the ball too hard. You can go in too hard to win the ball. To me, it doesn't make any sense.
No. It's
I suppose they look 13, 12 years old. I can understand how you can think it is, right? That's the football you've only ever known. For us, we've watched football in the mid-90s, right? That's just how you play football. You win the ball. Romero can't stop himself. He can't win the ball and then stop.
Exactly.
I totally agree.
Like, I don't get it. And this is the problem with Mikel Arteta, Jurgen Klopp. In my opinion, they're ruining the game for themselves, to benefit themselves. Because the referees are now scared. The referees need to do these things to try and counterbalance what may or may not have gone on. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if Spurs don't release a statement. And the only reason they do that is to do exactly what Liverpool have done and exactly what Arsenal have done. Try and get the officials on side and try and win more decisions that way, because that's the only way it's going to work.
Yeah.
Pedro Porro has come back on as well, but he ain't looking good. He's very lethargic in the way that he's moving, and you can see he's pulling his leg a little bit. So I don't know whether it would be better to actually take him off now.
Postecoglou has now been booked. I'm not sure what it's for.
Yeah.
He was livid before, like when there was a foul, that led up to one of the offside goals already, and he was absolutely livid at some of the decisions that have been going against.
Rightfully so, because there's been some shit ones. Okay, Madder's in down the left-hand side. Not really going anywhere here, though.
Nah.
Maddison stayed down as well now.
Oh, bollocks. That was nothing from a Chelsea player. I think he's just gone through and he's pulled his leg. Well, Dyer's done the first good thing that he's done all game, putting out a play.
I mean, Madders went down, with no one around him. So that's, and he's still down in a lot of discomfort. So
that's maybe a pulled hamstring.
I think he's holding his ankle, though. Oh, do you know what? I might just not watch this, to be fair, lads.
Let's put it this way. I know why I smoke now. It's because of games like this.
But for those of you that are in the comments, let us know what you think of, some of the decisions, some of the incidents that have happened. Let us know.
Yeah, by the look of it, he's rolled his ankle.
Yeah, some clown. We'll chat to you. Why not? You say, I watched the same game. It's clearly a red card and a penalty. Took 3 red cards situations to get one. You're watching a completely different game, and as a picture of Mikel Arteta as your
definitely a gooner.
You can go and do one, to be quite honest, because that's not a clear example of any situation, really, is it? Because that guy's probably the worst human being that's ever existed.
The thing is, though, we can talk about it all we want, but realistically, if VAR had done their job correctly, they'd have sent him off for the kick because that is a red card.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
However, it's not. However, it's not a clear red and a penalty. So what you've said is a load of fucking bollocks.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at James Maddison now.
Yeah, it's just another ankle. I'm not looking forward to seeing how much bloody added time there's going to be.
Oh, there's Bale. I have seen Gareth Bale in the crowd, and that's at least one positive one.
Can we bring him on?
I wish we could. I thought I just saw Fabio Paratici as well, but it just looks like another man that looks kind of like him.
We love that you hate him. Shows how good he is. Who's he on about?
Oh, Mikel Arteta.
Oh, how good he is. Okay, fair enough.
12 minutes apparently added on.
Jesus.
Okay, now Van der Ven's down injured.
And he just pulled his hamstring.
He's holding his hamstring, but
Callum, I remember the last game we watched, and you said that Richarlison did a backflip, and just turns out he just fell over.
So Van der Ven it looks as though his hamstrings popped.
Oof.
I don't even. I'm just having a look at the bench, but I'm pretty sure I don't even think we've got another centre back to come on the bench.
Emerson Royale is entering the pitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his hamstring has gone, isn't it? Jesus.
Yeah. And the commentators have just said if Christian Romero gets 3 games, Van der Ven's probably going to get more than that based on the injury. Romero's could be a 3-game ban.
Well, it's a straight red, isn't it? So it will be, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Højbjerg is also getting stripped. Yeah, Van der Ven is in tears. So that's a very long injury.
Jesus. Oh well, it was good while it lasted, boys.
Yeah.
Because what we're going to have now, Eric Dyer and Phillips.
I'm guessing so. Yeah, maybe even Dorrington coming up. Do we even have? I don't think Davis is even fit yet, is he?
No, he didn't make the bench either.
I mean, ideally, so how does that work? Do we then put a 3-man defence in? Do we go Udogie left, Dyer centre, and maybe Emerson right?
Oh, okay. So Van der Ven and Maddison both coming off.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jesus.
What the hell is this shit?
Van der Ven's literally being carried because he can't walk. That's how bad his injury is.
I wouldn't even say it's carried. It literally looks like they're dragging him.
Yeah. I think it's just inevitable now, isn't it?
What do you reckon? 3-4-1 Chelsea?
I'd be inclined to say maybe Eric Dyer. Okay, Eric Dyer. His first kind of action is to get a very, very good sliding block in to stop.
Oh, wow, Dyer
Nicholas
actually did
Jackson.
a really good block there on Jackson.
Yeah, very, very good.
But why are they playing so high? I mean, I can see they're trying to play the offside trap, but the problem is only one of them realistically has the pace in Udogie to get back.
Yeah.
So, because they're playing a 4-3-2 now, aren't they? With a 3-man midfield and then Son and Kulu up top.
I honestly don't know what we do from here.
No.
I reckon go for the draw.
I don't know where we go. Chelsea know that this is their game now. But do we sit back and try and stifle anything that they do?
Yeah, this is an interesting comment, to be fair. So we do appreciate you tuning in, obviously. Getting our watch numbers up is always good, so stay on as long as you want. But,
yeah, I mean,
Arteta's still a cunt, so.
Van de Ven could be months, or joke aside. That hamstring looks completely torn, yeah.
It does. It looks, that's gone. That's not, that's not just, that's completely that's gone. Completely.
Yeah.
Because you could see him when you watch the replays of that and he holds his hamstring like kind of mid-run. You can see him.
If you tear it,
in pain.
If you partially tear it, you can still walk off the pitch, whereas he couldn't. Like, he literally couldn't walk. That's completely torn.
So that might be surgery to reconstruct.
Could be.
So that's probably a season-ending injury potentially.
It's such a shame for him as well because
Reece James in the box on the right-hand side. Vicario pushes it out into a crowd of bodies, but it ends up going nowhere.
Spurs need half-time more than anything, don't they?
I don't know if I could take much more of this.
Well, let's put it this way: we've still got another about 10 minutes to go yet. I want to cry.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this more at half-time, but what a roller coaster this first half has been, by the way.
I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be this type of game, to be honest. Eric Dyer trying to rally the troops now.
But, and I will be...
big rings around us. It's funny.
I will be honest. This is what makes a team. This kind of thing is what makes a team. You have to go through something, and I'm going to state it now, being the positive person that I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather it came now.
As opposed to what, later in the season?
After Christmas, yeah. May, March.
I
get that.
This game might have ramifications leading up to bloody Christmas. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but hopefully we've built up enough of a lead over everyone else to be able to suffer a lot of what is going to be probably a couple of months of shit, to be honest. Let's be honest, it's not going to be great.
We've got one more game after this, or two more max before international break and all that. So all of this is going to lead up into that horrible Christmas fixture list that we're going to have. It's quite interesting though to see that Dyer's playing as a left centre back and Emerson's playing on the right.
Yeah, it's
ragtag.
You what? Sorry.
It's literally if you just went down the charity shop and just got a load of stuff and you just put it together. That's our back line right now.
It's scary, isn't it?
Kulu actually had a good run there with Porro putting it in. I mean, he had no chance of getting there. He didn't have the pace, but it was a very good run and to actually have that. But I think he was quite covered by, is it DRC that plays in centre back for Chelsea?
God knows. I don't know any of those guys. They've spent about £80 billion. So what do you guys do here? Do you sit back and just absorb, or do you carry on with your same game plan? What do you do?
That's a hard one. I mean, I guess we've got to do the most horrible football that we thought. Penalty. Oh, wait, no, goal kick. There's a VAR check on a Porro challenge on Sterling. I mean, the ref was right there, but...
That's not a penalty. Fuck off, Sterling.
Yeah, that's a dive. And if VAR gives that, then we're fucking done.
What I'm interested to see, right? This is no thing against Arteta, right? I just want to make this very clear point. I want to see the reactions of the managers. I want to see Postecoglou's reaction to this, and whether he calls out, embarrassing, disgrace, such words as that, or if he says, "My team have to do better. My team have to."
The only thing that's a disgrace is bloody Arteta's Lego hairstyle.
I was going to say, I hope that Arteta, Ange does it after the game, though. I don't think he can lose it during the game, or he's going to get.
Ange will. I honestly don't think he will have his say. I don't think he'll be as outspoken. He'll just say,
Oh, Sanchez has just put it out of play again. He's done that about 3 times now, straight in the same position. I mean, we've got. Oh, and Son's just lost it. And everyone's calling for a penalty, which it's definitely not.
So Chelsea on the counter attack now.
Yeah, and we've committed everyone forward. So
that shows you exactly what our game plan is. Still,
it's got to be
we're not trying to sit back on anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think at half-time Andrew's going to have to talk to them and see if they can maybe get it together, because look at the Spurs line. It's so static. There's no movement at all. They're just holding together, but there's a lot of people not.
That's a red. That's a yellow card all day long.
Who?
Sorry, for Nicholas Jackson, I believe. Oh, there's pushing and shoving going on. Levi Colwill's pushing Sarr.
Oh, now Emerson Royale's having a fight with Colwill as well. Gallagher's trying to break it up, but
this is ridiculous. This is honestly ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the incident because it was obviously off camera, but all I saw Nicholas Jackson pull Sarr back as he was running forward. So that's a cynical yellow card that's been given. And then I didn't see what happened after that with Colwill. Colwill's getting booked. I'm assuming Sarr's going to get booked as well.
Sarr's been booked, yeah.
Has he? I haven't seen him give Sarr a yellow card yet.
Yeah, Sarr got booked. Colwill's been booked as well. Sarr's got booked for his reaction with all the pushing. Would have been better if Sarr just let Colwill.
How's Basuma not getting booked, by the way?
I know. Because I think Basuma, to be fair to him, he's literally just pushing him away. He's not doing anything other than that, is he?
Exactly.
We need this half time.
We need full time. We don't need half time.
Minutes.
We don't need half time. We need full time.
I'm not. There's a long way to go yet, boys. But I'm currently looking.
Yeah, that's the worrying. That's the worrying.
I'm currently looking at the scoreline in the top corner. Thinking about me getting 3 points here.
You're mental. That's all I can say to that, mate. You are mental.
Yeah, so Nicholas Jackson and Colwill got booked for that as well.
Possible red card for Reece James. He's elbowed you doggy in the head. He's literally elbowed you doggy in the head.
Oh, that's horrible. But
I wonder what VAR do at this point then.
So he's got away with it, is what I'm saying. There's no possible red card. Not given.
Not given.
Nope.
No.
Absolutely shocking.
The thing is,
no, but sorry. Let me just while it's in my head, Kallum. Yeah, if they're giving what they're giving Romero's red card on, what are they giving it on? Yeah, they're giving it on intent. Yeah, that's what they're giving it on, intent. Regardless whether it was a tackle, it's intent. You're telling me that there's no intent on that. You can see that he is led with his arm. There was no need for him to have his arm that high.
Exactly.
He's caught him right on the side of the face. Once again, the game, it's not just us. It happens week in, week out, and it's going to happen to your team eventually. We was on the good end of it against Liverpool, and now we're on the wrong end of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's half time.
Right. So
I'll be
boys,
back in a bit. I'm going for a cigarette. I need one after that, mate. I'll be back in a minute.
So, Wynnie. And where do we go from here? Like, let's unpack it. Give me one sec. Let's unpack this first half. Those that are watching, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you put in your comments in the comment section. Make sure you are liking the video. So here we go. Half time, Wynnie. All started so well for Spurs. Spurs started sharp on the front foot, pushed forward, and got the early goal. You know, some a little bit lucky, a little bit of a lucky deflection.
Yeah.
And you know, we had conversations where we said, you know, let's keep going. We want to put, you know, me especially, we want to put goals past this team. You know, we want to really show how poor they are.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the wheels just started falling off. Yeah. Now, we'll go to that shortly. But one thing I do want to say about this team is that through everything that has happened in this half, and I'll reel off probably 6 things that has happened, right?
Yeah.
We have stuck together, and previous Spurs team would have been 4 or 5 down at halftime at this point. I truly believe that. You know, going back to Antonio Conte's team, we would have conceded many goals because of those incidents. But let's talk through them. So first of all, I want to talk through Christian Romero. Udogie's tackle. We're going to go for that. So the ball breaks from a Spurs counter-attack. A Spurs attack. Chelsea are on the counter-attack, and Udogie leaves the ground with 2 feet, wins the ball, doesn't touch Raheem Sterling. VAR come in, and he gets away with it. People are saying, well, he leaves the ground. It's a dangerous tackle in that sense.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a little bit, you know, on the opposite side. I think, look, he doesn't make any connection with the player, so let's leave it at that and let's move on. What are your thoughts on Udogie to start off with?
My thoughts are that it's not a red card. It's a very silly tackle to make. You know, if he just leads with one leg, he wins the ball. He doesn't need to go with 2. That's what made it look worse. If it was one-legged, you know, and his other leg was tucked behind him, then it wouldn't have even been looked for VAR, I don't believe.
Yeah.
It was a very, very silly tackle. But still, you know, like I said before, I don't think it should be the player's responsibility to move out the way. However, you can't give a red card for a tackle that didn't happen, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? So I think that was the right decision, is what I'm going to say with that. It was the correct decision.
Yeah. I think we can both agree. Like Udogie, yellow card. Agree to that, right? Now let's move on to a few moments later. So a few moments later, Christian Romero gets shoved to the floor by Colwell, and then as Chelsea are on the attack, he decides to kick out at Colwell, which, you know, gave me kind of Beckham-esque.
Correct.
Right? You know, that to me is a red card.
100%. No doubt about it. That is a clear and obvious error from VAR, because VAR looked at it. Let's not forget that. It's not as if the ref has missed it and it's gone unnoticed. VAR's looked at it and deemed that it wasn't a red card.
Now, are they saying that it was a foul on Romero to start with? Because if they are, then that means that doesn't matter.
I don't know. What I said to you is, you know, I know you kind of both laughed it off. I think what they looked at is the fact that Romero wasn't necessarily looking, because that is something they look at in tackles, whether there was intent, because that's what they look at, isn't it? Intent, as we'll discuss in a minute or so with Romero again. I think they've looked at it and gone, okay, so I think Colwell has kind of come across the blind side of Romero as he's trying to get up, kick, do whatever he's trying to do. And again, I'm not making excuses. I'm just trying to think like what VAR would think. And I think that's maybe what's let him get away with it, is because he wasn't necessarily looking. And I think they maybe thought that it wasn't intentional. But for me, regardless, it's a red card all day long.
Yeah. And then, okay. Then we move on to the actual Romero red card.
Yeah.
Right? Now, in this first half, VAR have looked at every single little incident, right? In every disallowed goal, they've looked at, was somebody fouled? Was somebody offside? Do you know what I mean? All of these different things. With that Chelsea goal or Chelsea penalty, they've had to look through everything to finally realise that they believe that, Romero deserved to be sent off. And that's the bit that I don't really like, right? Is that, regardless of who is playing and which team is playing, VAR let's look at the Newcastle one. They looked to see if the ball went out of play. They looked to then see if it was offside. Then they looked to see if it was a foul. None of them were conclusive enough. So then they thought, we'll just stay out of this now then. Like, when it comes to that level of, scrutiny, I just don't enjoy the game anymore. Do you know what I mean? They're looking to do something. They're always looking for something. And then, and then we go into the Romero tackle, right? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And the reason why I don't like it, as I said on stream live, was that he wins the ball. What is he meant to do? If he doesn't, here's the thing. If he doesn't go in hard enough, he doesn't win the ball. And then he gives away a penalty. He goes in that hard, and then he follows through and catches the leg.
Yeah.
Well, that means that he has to get sent off. Do you get what I mean? Like,
the thing is, for me, people will compare it, and they probably have done already, to the Curtis Jones one. Yeah. The difference is Curtis Jones has 1-0 of the ball.
Yeah.
Curtis Jones didn't mean to go through and hurt Basuma. I genuinely believe that. He didn't mean to do it. He just mistimed his tackle or whatever he was trying to do. He mistimed it, went over the ball, and caught Basuma high. Whereas on this occasion, Romero has won the ball.
Yeah.
But like I say, I've got a group chat for the team my football team on a Sunday, and everyone in there has said it's a blatant red card and a penalty. So maybe it's our bias coming out. I don't know.
Maybe, so just bring up Sam Miller. So Sam Miller's, funnily enough, an Arsenal fan. I know Sam from a long time now. And he's saying, so is the penalty a red then? Well, that's what we can't decide. And the reason why I can't decide it is it's not because of Spurs for me. It's because I don't believe you can be scrutinised for winning a football and then going through the opposition.
No.
I like football when it was, United Arsenal in the mid-90s, Vieira and Keane, smashing 10 bricks out of each other and then getting up and carrying on. I don't like this, he wins the ball, but then he follows through on the player. Well, what do you expect to happen when you win a football?
You can't just stop.
Yeah.
You can't win the ball and then stop your momentum.
Yeah, 100%. Sam said, personally agree with you, gents. As much as it kills me, it's not a red. But, we both agreed that Romero kicking out before that was a red. So, people will say,
That's the thing, is you could argue that it's karma, justice has eventually been served for Romero, because look, let's just quickly now talk about Romero, yeah? So how much praise have we heaped on this guy this season for being, for not being the Romero of old, which was reckless, just absolutely mental, flying into tackles. Is this the old Romero creeping back in?
Yeah.
I just don't know what we do now. I just don't know where we go from here, and that's the worrying sign. Is the thing is, everyone that was saying, okay, so Spurs are doing brilliant at the minute, but all it takes is a couple of injuries, and then we'll see what Tottenham are actually about. And I think that's what we're going to see now. Is who do we play at the back? What do we do?
What did I say last season about Christian Romero? He's an absolutely fantastic footballer, but his head is not in the right spot.
Yeah.
And we've seen that today. It's not just one incident. It's, it's it's multiple incidents in about 5 minutes. And I said this to you, didn't I? I said, Spurs need to calm down. Spurs need to get into half time. But it turned out that was about 25 minutes later.
The thing is, we don't even know the extent of Madder's injury yet either.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll talk about those now. Now that Kallum's back. Let's talk about Van de Ven to start off with. So, this guy has been an absolute showstopper at the back. He's the one that's looked like he's calmed Christian Romero down. And then he's praised for how much pace he's got. And then he's running back, Kallum, to, win the ball. And he's just popped his hamstring. There's no other way to describe it. Like, that is potentially a season-ending injury for our best centre-back.
Exactly, mate. I mean, we was all crying out in the summer for someone to calm Romero down. We thought we had it. And then the old Romero's just showing his way. And now with Van de Ven popping his hamstring out in such a way where it was such an off-the-ball incident. He's just been running and he's just pulled it. Like you said, it could be season-ending for him. It could be a career-changing injury. We honestly don't know. And it's so scary when you do think about it. But he's been so good for us and he's stepped up and he's, no matter what his age is, he's been a breath of fresh air from what we haven't seen probably since the days of Jan and Toby, to be honest, with how he's played. And to have it where he's just done something so out of the ordinary and just it going. You could even see the pain on his face. He was so devastated, not just with it as a footballer, but as a person. And then, like Wynnie said earlier, the pain that he was showing when he was being carried off the pitch. It was so bad.
And what's wrong with Spurs medical team, by the way? Why are we helping it? Why are they helping him off the pitch? Like, why is he not lying down on the pitch and then bringing a stretcher on to stretcher him off?
I don't know.
Why is he having to walk off when he's just done his hamstring?
Do you really see stretchers that much these days? Most of the time, his medical team's carrying them along and all that and carrying them off. It's not very often you see a stretcher and a paramedic team come out. So it can't be that bad. At least he could still hobble along on it. But, I mean, unless you get a break, that's usually when they do bring people out, or if it's concussion or cardiac issue that they usually have.
Something we haven't discussed was something we haven't discussed is, we can talk about it now, Kallum, is because obviously me and Luke have just done a bit of a breakdown of all the incidents. There's something we didn't discuss, which we can quickly do before we kick off again, was what kind of started this half of ridiculous decisions. And that's the Sonny offside. I haven't seen anything conclusive to show me that he was offside, because I've seen one angle from the front which made it look, dubious, and then they all of a sudden flipped it around, showed the second angle which made it look blatantly offside. But other than that, I haven't seen anything else.
Yeah, I think you are right, mate. There's been a whole stream of events, and The Athletic actually posted something during the sort of half-time break, and it's a whole breakdown of the major events throughout the first half. And it was 6 minutes, Kulusevski putting us ahead. 14, the goal disallowed for Son. 18 was the Udogie wild tackle, and it sort of got down from there. 22 minutes, Romero kicks out against Colwill. 23, Sterling goal for handball. 28, Caicedo goal ruled for offside. Obviously 31, VAR awards penalty to Chelsea. Romero then sent off. 33 minutes. It took them all of nearly 5 minutes to actually get to that red card for Romero. It's ridiculous. There's no control over it. And someone posted on there saying there was Battle of the Bridge. Now we've got Tussle of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And this is literally where the extent of our evening is now, where we're trying to decipher something where I don't think that many people have a clue yet, mate. And it'd be interesting to see what different theories people have, whether it be in the chat or whether it be on Twitter. But there was no control by Michael Oliver whatsoever in this game. And I don't think it was just Spurs. I think it's Chelsea as well. Both sides lost their head, but Chelsea have used it to their advantage.
Yeah.
We haven't. And then we get to 45 plus 1, Maddison and Van der Ven substituted, and then 45 plus 10, the Reece James incident with Udogie getting elbowed in the face. Do you think, realistically, if he didn't get sent off, then does that kind of recompense him for the Udogie challenge early on and the Romero not getting sent on early on? It's so much swings and roundabouts. And to be honest, this game has been a joke for the Premier League officials, to say the least.
It's just like a chain of events, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, good clearance by Vicario there, playing as a sweeper keeper.
Yeah, but once again, we played a ridiculously high line, which has allowed them to get in behind us. And so just to note for anyone watching or listening that isn't watching the game, obviously Chelsea have now realised that Levi Colwill is a bit of a liability on a yellow card already, and they took him off and brought on Cucurella, who for me is absolute pony. So I'm not horrible. I don't mind that change, to be honest.
Oh, what was he? 70 million from Brighton, something like that.
Chelsea once again had their pants pulled down because he is dog shit. But he'll probably go and score now because that's what happens. I was slating Caicedo and he scored even though it was given offside.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the only player that I was bigging up earlier was Cole Palmer, and he scored.
Yeah, Kev from LSC Day Trippers has said Romero should have gone for the kick out. The red for the pen is fair. Doggy could have gone. Very lucky. Sterling was lucky. His foot wasn't planted. Reece James could have gone also.
I agree. I agree with all of that, apart from the red for the pen is fair. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
but the rest of that statement is spot on, to be fair, Kev.
It's like you said, Wynnie. Romero probably should have gone earlier for that kick out on Colwill. Anyway,
well, there's no probably about it. If VAR had done their job properly, he would have not been on the pitch to make that tackle. He'd have been gone because he kicked out. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So where do Spurs go from here, then, lads?
I think what I think is, judging by Ange's his interviews and his press conferences, I don't think we change our tactics. I think we just continue what we do with our high line and our high press and, try and keep the ball. But I honestly don't see anything other than a Chelsea win here unless we can do something, pretty miraculous, because since the red card and the penalty, it's just been all Chelsea.
Yeah.
And we're 3 minutes into this second half. I know it's only 3 minutes, but they've had 2 opportunities already.
Yeah, they're winning every second ball. They're pressing us.
Okay. No, that's rubbish. So we won the ball back in Chelsea's half. And I think Kulusevski was running through, tried to slip Sonny in, but it was a very, very poor attempt, and obviously they intercepted it.
Yeah. Kev said 4-3-2. We did it versus Newcastle. Stay in the game, get the counter right.
I don't disagree, but I just don't know if Ange. One, I don't know if Ange likes to move away from his usual tactics, and 2, I don't know if Ange has the tactical prowess to be able to pull it off. We don't know about. This is where we will see how good Ange Postecoglou is, because this is now.
We don't have anyone playing on the left, do we? In reality, who have we got?
We've got two up top, haven't we? We've then
have you fallen over?
No, my iPad has just moved out, so I'm trying to get my computer to run something, and it's really not working. So at the moment, you are looking down at my chins.
Let's face it, we all need to lie down now, to be fair.
I saw Pedro Porro then. I know I'm behind, but when he ran over then because the ball went out of play, he was doing this, trying to tell the crowd to...
He always does that if you watch him closely.
Yeah. Spurs need to get their first balls right. We were talking about second balls. We need to get the first balls right. There was an incident earlier where Sarr had the ball, and the first thing he thought was to flick it into Son in some way. The ball bounced back, and then Sarr flicked it again. We just need to get our foot on the ball, and this is the problem with not having James Maddison on. I think that James Maddison has come off precaution. I think that Anne just seen him go over on his ankle and said, "We need it."
No, I agree, but we don't know that. That's the worrying thing.
It's all right. Porro's just skinned Cucurella, which is positive.
And then did nothing after that.
Son is chasing everything, but I think that he's going to burn out soon. That's the problem. It looks like it's a lot of long ball football from both sides. That's the problem. And
I think we're going to see Son come off soon. I think that Richie will come on and play centre forward.
Oh, he'll get sent off as well. We have gone to absolute pot here. I'm just going to say we have gone to absolute pot. You doggy then just tried to play a pass across our own box and completely fucked it up, and they won the ball back. And now, obviously, Bissouma's given a silly free kick away on the edge of the box. So we've just gone to pot, and I think
tried to flatten Gallagher.
Yeah, it's not good,
mate. The thing is, Royale's done a couple of them as well, where he's tried to play it out from the back, and you can see what they're trying to do. But he played a couple of minutes ago. He played it straight into Højbjerg in no space.
Oh yeah,
there was
I'm
nothing.
watching that now.
He had 3 Chelsea players around him. Jesus, mate, you're about 2 minutes behind.
I know, yeah. Probably,
but yeah, when you actually look at it, you can see they haven't done this before. There's no comfort in the way that they play. There's no forward thinking. It's all sideways and backwards passing now.
We've got no outlet. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is as well, we've only got one substitute window left. We've used 2 already. So if we do anything, we've got to bring on 2 next time around, or we can't do any more.
Yeah. So, I mean, what changes do we make?
I think you'll see
Sarr and maybe try and bring on
Bentancur, maybe. Yeah.
On there. Just got that.
Maybe
bring on Bentancur and Lo Celso.
Lo Celso, yeah. Left bend. I don't know.
The problem was that was at the time when we didn't know that the injuries were going to come in, right? We didn't know that.
But what I would also say, Chelsea are in down the left-hand side. Raheem Sterling has sat Pedro Porro down and bent it towards the goal, but a nice little block on the line. I can't keep up with this. We now counter-attack down the right-hand side. And we've just literally got no numbers.
There.
We've got no numbers going forward. So, okay, Kulusevski's in down the right-hand side, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got Højbjerg.
Basuma? Oh, no. Okay, yeah, Chelsea cleared it.
For me, it's going to have to be Sarr off for,
right, okay, 3v2. 3v2. Chelsea. Oh, that's poor. That's a red card.
You just clutching strings.
Chelsea or Spurs?
When he's gone completely silent.
Udogie, second yellow.
Is he off?
Oh, bollocks.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh dear.
Udogie, second yellow card.
That's so silly.
So what does he do here then? Oh yeah, I've just seen that now. What is he doing?
He doesn't need to make that tackle.
No.
I mean,
the ball's going nowhere.
Sterling's first pass was already bad, so it was already going away from him. Yeah, that's the thing. Sterling's touch was poor. The ball was going away. There's no need for Udogie to do that, and you can see it in Angie's face. He knows that what's going on is just ridiculous. So that's the thing. We've lost pretty much our whole back line now for the next 2-3 games, nearly.
Yeah,
maybe even more. So I mean, who do you bring in? Do you bring in Davis if he's fit on?
I just see
I was
that.
going to say Udogie's just gone straight down. Yeah, he's gone straight down the tunnel, and bloody Højbjerg just saved it straight on the line and tipped it onto the top of the bar.
Yeah, sorry, I did see that, but I just thought I'd let you both see it.
Oh.
I'm too busy flicking through Twitter to see.
I didn't even look at Udogie then.
No, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and just literally walked straight. He just walked straight past and straight down the tunnel and all that.
So what the issue is? What happens here? Because we haven't got a left back.
We've got a left back.
We've got a right centre. We've got a right back playing centre back. We've got a centre back who never plays playing centre back. We haven't got a left back. We haven't even got one on the bench. Was this your time for your mate Brian Hill when he come and play inverted fullback?
I honestly don't know. They're bringing on
no Perisic, he's injured. We've got no Ryan Sessegnon, he's injured.
It's Davis is out injured. Udogie booked or banned, and your other theoretically fifth choice, if you wanted to, Van der Ven has got a popped hamstring. So all 5 options on the left.
Looks like the under-21s are going to start playing, isn't it?
I think the logical explanation now is Emerson Royale left back, Pedro Porro right back, and it's got to be Dyer and Phillips. Got no choice.
Yeah.
Unless Davis has a miraculous. I don't even know what his injury is or how long he's out for, and then I'd stick Davis at centre back. I wouldn't have him as an inverted fullback. I'd have him as centre back because he obviously plays centre back for Wales. So.
Yeah, that's not a bad show actually. Put him as centre back alongside Eric.
Chelsea are in. What a save, Vicario! But the follow up from Chelsea. What a save from Vicario!
Oh my god. We have got people watching, so if you are watching live, get your comments in the comment section, regardless of who you support. We'll read them out. Make sure you're hitting the likes button and make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well.
Oh, Nicholas Jackson's miles offside anyway, but the line are obviously told to not put their flag up until the last minute.
Until someone gets flattened.
I mean, the thing is, now that Udogie's gone off, Emerson's moved out to the left.
Yeah.
And we've now got Højbjerg playing at centre back.
Yeah, it looks like what we've got. I mean, as you say, we've got Højbjerg playing centre back. We've got a middle 3 of Son playing in the. This is what I just saw a minute ago. Like Son was playing in the middle of a 3 in midfield, alongside Bissouma and Sarr, and Kulusevski was playing on his own up front.
Yeah, what I would also like to mention, I've just noticed something on Twitter which has been brought to my attention. If Bissouma gets booked, let's not forget he receives a match suspension as well.
Yes, because obviously he's one. He didn't get when he got booked in the Luton game. It was for.
There's no way he gets through this game without a yellow card. So that will be obviously.
Why did he get one earlier from all the pushing?
Yeah, we checked if he's actually on a booking or not.
No,
he is not.
I was going to say no, I don't think he is, but we are absolutely imploding here.
If we come out of this with a point, do people praise us? No.
Well, I don't know, but Vicario's playing as a definite sweeper. And I mean, sweeper is literally halfway up to the halfway line, mate. I'm very concerned with it.
Reece James has
Playing
just
such a high
whipped one past the far post. Very, very close.
Oh my God. We've still got half an hour of this shit.
There is no way this stays 1-1. Absolutely no chance.
Just so that everyone's aware, who's in the chat, just to keep up to date with us.
So we're bringing on, sorry to interrupt, we're bringing on Skip and Bentancur. Kulusevski is making way for Bentancur, and Sarr is making way for Skip.
Oh, he's leaving Bissouma on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Sarr's booked. Sarr's actually got a yellow for the Colwill incident earlier.
I think Kev's talking about Vicario coming out and slide tackling someone.
He's been doing that all fucking season, Kev. So I mean, I don't know whether he will get it, but the
he just said Sarr's on a booking. Play... we were talking about Bissouma being on 4 yellow cards, so they've left him on for reasons.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's the lesser of two evils, mate. I think that's the best way of putting it.
Well, let's bring this up. Just a quick second. These were our score predictions prior to the game. So I went 1-1.
No one's going to be right. Let me tell you now.
He went 2-1 Spurs. Kallum went 3-0, so he's out. And Harry went 3-2 Spurs, so I think he's probably out as well. But if you are new, make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're liking, get your comments in the comment section, all that good stuff. Actually, there is a bit of breaking news. Me and Wynnie will be testing this week our FIFA stream. So, hopefully coming soon will be some FIFA streaming on the channel where we will do some bits and bobs with Spurs on FIFA, and you'll get to see me and Wynnie play. Well, not see us, but get to hear us and watch us play FIFA. But we're going to test it.
And the way you play, we probably will be seeing a lot of Tottenham down to 9 men again.
I have just heard an interesting stat. This is the first time for Tottenham at home in the Premier League that we've gone down to 9 men.
Is it?
Yeah.
So Alistair Gold is reporting that, I don't know if we've Emerson's on the left-hand side and Højbjerg is in centre of defence with Eric Dyer.
Yeah, he's as a left centre-back.
Why are they playing so high, by the way? Why is this back line so high?
I think this is the way that Ange knows it.
Ange loves it, doesn't he? Just loves it. Oh, okay, we got 9 men. Never mind. We don't go against what we do.
They just said that there's only 4 outfield players from our original lineup who started out are still on the pitch right now.
What?
Yeah. Because you got 5 subs and then obviously 2 people sent off.
How fast is Højbjerg, by the way?
I know, that was brilliant from him.
No, why did we not discuss that? How has Højbjerg just kept up with Raheem Sterling?
I feel too sick to talk about anything, mate. That's the problem.
Problem is, mate, is we're live on YouTube, so you can't exactly do fuck all.
You watch me. I'm joking.
Let's put it this way. I'm deciding what's the next film I'm going to go see in Cineworld at the moment. So, I mean,
okay. Oh, my God. So, Chelsea were in once again, but Vicario cleared the ball pretty much on, I would say, the edge of the centre circle in our half. That's how high he was.
Oh my God.
This is just going to be absolute just barrage of Chelsea attacks, isn't it? But
this is just like Vicario versus the whole Chelsea front line and all that. Literally, how many of them sweeping tackles has he done now? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Wait, no one's talking yet. about this Ange Postecoglou home record, by the way?
52 games unbeaten.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's if we don't act like idiots, which we already have tonight, and keep it going. But
Yeah,
we
Kevin
can't.
said, "I'm smack Chelsea have a
we
Tottenham
can't
midfielder to make a run from deep. It's always on, very high line."
Yeah. It will catch us out eventually, Kev. Don't worry.
You boys have got the old Spurs in you. I've got the new Spurs in me, boys.
Okay. Good for you. Mudryk in down the left-hand side has just whipped his cross straight out for a goal kick. Thank fucking shit.
So much for me picking up Mudryk before the game.
Thank God he is shit.
What was it? 100 million for him?
Something crazy.
Oh, wow. I've just
We
seen
need
that.
to we need to give massive credit to the Spurs fans as well currently, because it'll be very easy to just be sitting there now, you know, absolutely silent like we are. We're not even at the game. But you know, the credit to the Spurs fans now, they're still singing, screaming, shouting, just trying to just get a little ounce of something out of these players.
Kev said that's why he didn't do the Mudryk SBC on FIFA.
Well, let's put it this way. Obviously, H is at the game, so I mean, it will be good to hear his thoughts next time we do have him on and all of that. But
No, because all he's going to go on about is how amazing Højbjerg has been.
Oh God, yeah, Jesus! I can't wait for the tweets to come out.
Just wait.
The thing is, I'll tell you now, lads. I'm torn. I'm torn because we seem to be catching them offside quite a lot. So maybe this high line is working.
Yeah, but you only have to go wrong once.
And Mudryk is off. Yeah, Mudryk is off.
"66 minutes." I'm sorry. I'm not looking at the game. I'm just looking at the minutes. That's all.
I mean, Poch is pissed. Poch actually looks very pissed on the bench and all that.
Yeah, so he should because they're against 9. Hang on. Oh my God. Yeah, here we go. Here's the Cucurella. Here's the deep run that Kev was talking about.
Kev said,
What a save, Vicario.
I do admire that line. You've got to respect it.
Vicario is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. Do not tell me any different. Honestly, there's only one reason why we are not losing this game, and that is because of him.
And we're also not talking about the fact that we've got to play the early kickoff on Saturday as well.
Oh, don't. But then can we just also go back to the fact that Cucurella is absolute dog shit as a player as well for everything that he's done tonight? I think he was actually worse than Udogie so far. That's how bad it is.
So Vicario is currently down on the floor, and I don't know why.
Kev said, let's not get carried away now. Well, you said
Vicario
is the best goalkeeper in the league.
Judging by this, you tell me different.
Talking about that high line, that was Pedro Porro's fault then, wasn't it? Cucurella was through.
That's a brilliant save. I'm sorry.
Porro plays him on.
Who's in the Premier League currently? Who is better? Who's better goalkeeper wise?
Ederson. Probably only Ederson for City, I'd say.
Why though?
I don't know actually.
I
just rate him probably more on how good he's been over the years.
Statistically, who is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League? Vicario.
That's Vicario. Yeah.
Most shots saved, least goals conceded.
Mm.
Yeah, like we said, Alisson Becker. There's for me there is 2 currently. Ederson obviously is a phenomenal goalkeeper, but he doesn't have to do a lot. Let's be honest, but it's just when he gets called upon, he does. So I'm just looking. They're just checking Vicario over because the save he made was with his face. So they're just checking him over, obviously with the concussion protocols, etc. Oh, look, the save ratios. Oh, okay. So the top 2 Vicario and Becker 77.8% save ratio. So that kind of, I suppose it kind of justifies what we're saying. Even though I said he's the best, he's kind of joint best. And it kind of backs up what Kev's saying when he said Alisson as well. So
How the fuck is Andre Onana third? The problem is, obviously, the whole thing about that stat is that how much the teams that are doing it, us, Liverpool, United and Chelsea and Fulham, how much we are inviting shots on our goal as well, though. That's the only problem with Andy's system. We do invite a lot of shots on it as well.
yeah.
Kev said, what are your thoughts on football's relationship with concussion protocols? Kallum, you're probably a good one on this one.
Probably a difficult one, to be honest, mate, because obviously standard protocol is that if you do get a concussion and the physios deem it, then you have to make a concussion sub. You are allowed to do it, but it does break up a hell of a lot of momentum in a game, and they don't usually like to use them unless they really have to. Yeah, but no, like what Kev said, watching the Rugby World Cup was a very good aspect to see it. I think rugby does it better than football, like a lot of things in terms of their VAR as well and all that, and sportsmanship in itself. So, but no, to actually have a concussion protocol is the right way to do it, because there has been proven for people to be injured or paralyzed or even die from a headbutt or different bits like that.
Yeah.
But the way that it's used in football can be a bit deceiving, because every little touch to a head is deemed as a concussion protocol. Well, it's not. It's when people go over and all that, and they just roll over on the floor. There's not a good chance that if you're just running and you fall over, you're going to hit your head on the floor. You're not going to get a concussion from that 9 times out of 10. If you've got a soft skull, then maybe, but it's so difficult to clarify it and categorize it, mate. I mean, we saw with when Romero went off against Brent. Was it Brentford the first game when he went off?
Yeah, Brentford, yeah.
And he was fuming. He didn't feel anything wrong with him. He posted on Twitter afterwards, Instagram, I'm fine. There was nothing wrong with me. But you have to then trust your medical professionals as well. So how do you define that? And I've just seen Mudryk literally just pick up Porro and just go like that to him.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that, yeah.
And then you just got Porro just going, fucking right, fucking right, I won it.
To be honest, though, we will take any foul against us now. We take,
just anything
we
to break it up.
Yeah, exactly.
And this water tastes like metal. Jesus,
That's why I drink beer instead.
God, Porro, skin Kukurea.
Oh,
he's just gone fucking backwards.
I needed another beer and some chocolate. That's what I needed.
That's all right. I just kicked you off for the time being. I just forgot to bring you back on.
Absolutely fine.
You've just been sitting waiting in the lobby for the last 10 minutes.
I was tempted to not say anything and just go to bed, to be honest. What I will say is, Kev, you're probably watching this, mate. It must be a fucking fantastic game to watch as a neutral.
Yeah.
For us, it's absolutely horrible, but for you, you must be enjoying it.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's put it this way. If I had hair, I'd end up looking like I do now if I was like this still, because I don't think I've sworn as much as I have in a football game in a long time. And I'm doing this all on bloody live stream as well. So, I mean, it's always good.
I was annoyed then. Just then, Bentancur, sorry, I know a bit behind me. He had the ball at the edge of the box. Someone was trying to make a run in, and he passed the ball rather than just holding onto the ball for a little bit longer. Like
straight to a Chelsea defender. Yeah.
2-1 Chelsea.
Is it?
Bollocks. About a minute behind by the look of it.
It doesn't look that way.
Fucking Sterling of everyone.
Vicario is absolutely like he's just having a massive argument with Skip. So I'm guessing someone probably didn't
track their man.
Someone didn't keep up with the high line. So let me just see.
It's just a really, really good ball.
The thing
Sterling
is
onside.
It looks like the away dressing technical area has just been raided as well by fans. I'm guessing Chelsea fans have managed to get through the containment area, so that is an impending fine for Spurs as well for failing to control the crowd, pending as well.
So that for me is game. I think, lads. I don't think there's nothing. We can't come back from here now. I wouldn't have thought.
No,
we haven't had a shot this half, have we? So
this Chelsea team are embarrassing, aren't they? The way they're holding the badge.
When they've been there 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's just. There's nothing wrong with that. It's an unbelievable ball through the middle.
They're checking something possible offside.
Who to?
Don't know.
Could it be Jackson in the lead up?
He's onside.
I think they just have to do it every bloody goal now, don't they?
Yeah. So that's that confirmed.
Yeah, there's no. I don't see us. I don't see us scoring now.
Yeah, I mean, Skip doesn't track Sterling, but problem is Skip is a lethargic donkey compared to Sterling, just based on pace. So, yeah, I think it's just going to be a long 15 minutes, and I think it could be a 3-1 result, Chelsea, I reckon. Did anyone go for that?
No one went for Chelsea. No one went for Chelsea win. The only result that could come in would be Winnie's 2-2.
Yeah.
And there ain't no chance of that happening.
Spurs have tried, right? Spurs have tried to be expansive in the sense of they've tried to have a high line, and Chelsea have tried to break it. The problem is you do things 100 times and they go wrong 99 times. Eventually, one of them will come off, and that's the problem with that.
The thing
what I will say is Romero has let the side down massively today. For someone who's supposed to be a senior figure, a vice captain, he's really, really let Tottenham Hotspur down today. Hopefully he'll learn from it and it's just a blip. What I will say is he should, in my opinion... 2-2! Offside.
Oh.
Eric Dyer.
Talk to me.
They're looking at VAR. So we had a set piece. It got flicked onto the back post. Eric Dyer standing on his own. Great finish. He's offside.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
not. What a finish, though. It comes off Thiago Silva. Does that change it? I don't know.
That should play him on side. If it comes off Thiago Silva, then because...
Oh my God, what a finish, by the way, from Eric Dyer.
It's come off Thiago Silva's head. Now, I don't know the rule.
It's Bentancur, then Thiago Silva. So if it comes off of a Chelsea man, then theoretically it should stand.
Are they still checking?
They are.
Sam Miller, is the Arsenal fan, has said got a fantastic keeper there. Credit to Spurs, done well with 9. Kev said if it did,
they're deciding whose head it came off now.
Right.
So that would suggest that if it comes off the defender, it will be given.
I'm sorry, before we talk about that, can we talk about the volley from Eric Dyer?
Brilliant finish.
At the far post.
Oh, brilliant really good striker's finish. You'd be happy with that.
So they are currently deciding whose head it's come off.
Yeah, it's extremely tight and they're going to have to draw lines at the moment.
I don't think no lines are needed. They just need to they need to distinguish whose head the flick has come off. Surely.
If this counts, I
Yeah.
want to see Big Ange rip his shirt off.
That would not be a pleasant sight. It'd be like me ripping my shirt off, mate. Let's put it that way.
I think they're still I think they are. You are right, Callum. They are looking at the offside. But surely, if it comes off a defender's head, then it.
I don't think they believe it comes off a defender's head.
I do have Stockley Park on the line. We are reviewing this as an offside. We are trying to see whether Kukurea is an idiot
Offside.
as well.
Is it?
Offside.
Yeah.
To be fair, Callum, it looks like you're working in backstage at the F1.
Tell me about it, mate. I look like one of the coordinators. Yeah, it's gone for offside because of Dyer's movement in the build-up compared to even where it is. They've played it on the first moment instead of the secondary. And obviously the first is when Bentancur actually gets it onto his head. The second movement is Silva then knocking it on to Dyer. So he wasn't an offside.
What have they give offside for?
For the position of Dyer.
What, from the flick that come off the defender?
No, they're saying. I think they're just saying it's come off. It's not come off Thiago Silva.
They shut that right. So on Sky Sports, they've shown one replay.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, and that for me, that clearly comes off Thiago Silva's head. That's the only replay I've seen. I don't know if anyone else in the chat has seen it differently. I've seen one replay of
Yeah, I
the
saw
actual
it. It
close-up
looked like
incident.
a replay from where the goalkeeper stood, effectively looking down.
Yes,
the
yes.
Yeah. I saw that as well. Yeah, but
That's
they
the
didn't
only
show that
replay
one
I've
when they were
seen.
looking at it.
But I don't know the rules in the sense that if it comes off the defender's head, is he still offside? I don't know. I thought not. I could be wrong. I'm not a referee. I really don't know. It should give him the heart to stay in it. Yeah, possibly, but I think that probably zaps it because there's only 9 minutes left. I think if that went in, it might have, but it's the hope that kills you, isn't it?
Oh my God, who's decided to try and boot the ball so far at the opposition goal?
Højbjerg.
Why?
I think he saw Sanchez off his line.
Oh yes, he went for a Harry Kane-esque.
Do you remember when he did that in a pre-season game against Juventus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And he actually did that in a game in the Bundesliga this year as well. I don't remember who it was against. It might have been like Darmstadt or someone like that. Some Barclays League team.
Spurs have still got this high line though.
Where does this win take Chelsea up to 12th or some shit?
Yeah, and it just leaves us in second where we was. So it don't really make any fucking difference whatsoever.
No, it does, doesn't it? Let's be honest. It makes a bit. This could be a defining point of our season, unfortunately.
Purely based on the freaking injuries and red cards, I would say is the main issue for me, mate. That's where we're at. I mean, this might kickstart Chelsea. It'll give them a bit of glory to say that they've had a big scalp, all of that bollocks. But yeah, I think having Van der Ven out, Romero out for probably 3 games, the injury list is mounting. Just when we felt like we was actually getting people back.
Yeah, it would take Chelsea up to 10th.
Take them to 10th. Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's good for the minute.
It would leave us second.
Yeah, that's
well, you knew
10th.
Yeah,
we knew we were going to end up. We were second regardless of today, but
this high line is giving me a heart attack every 2. I'm literally all I'm looking at is our back 4. And, I want to give them props because fair play, they're sticking at it and they're doing a decent job. But every time they're looking for Jackson or Sterling to run in behind.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw Højbjerg literally let a ball run between his legs. So,
Kev said,
pretty much
welcome to
sums it up.
a life of a title run-in with Man City. Every point drops feels like a disaster.
We're in no title run. We never was.
I think there were just some people in our fan base who like to hope.
If you don't have hope, what do you have?
That is true. That is
Be
very
a
true.
pessimistic bastard like me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm going to say this once, and I'm never going to repeat myself. But Højbjerg at centre back has been unbelievable.
Please, just no. He has been, to be fair. I can't
Just
lie.
then, do a little fake pass, move the ball out of defence.
I mean, what I will say is Chelsea are very, very, they're ill-disciplined. I'm not going to say it's going to cost them, but we scored from a set piece that, that was given offside, and they're just giving silly free kicks away when they don't need to do it. Because obviously we've got a free kick now down the left-hand side. Pedro
But that
Porro
was
whips
us
it
in
in.
the first. That was us in the first half.
Oh.
What happened?
So Pedro Porro's just whipped a beautiful ball in to the back post. Bentancur is on his own at the back post and has missed. That was the chance.
Oh,
I'm still
fucking
watching.
hell. He actually
Still
gets
watching
a touch on
Gusto
that.
hack
Well done.
Royale now.
That was the chance, boys. That was the chance, I think.
Because when you think Bentancur actually got a touch on that as well, I'm sure of it. Yeah, he gets his head on it and he heads it downwards into the ground, and it just goes.
Oh. There's still time, boys. There's still time.
Chelsea are in down the right-hand side. Pedro Porro clears it for a corner.
Why is Bentancur not sticking his right foot out for that, by the way, rather than heading it?
Anything, if he goes through with anything other than his head there, that's a goal. Even if he bundles it in with his bollocks, whatever. Anything other than his head, and that's a goal.
I mean, that's a good tracking run by Porro there to get over, but I think Vicario may have had it. So I guess I might have preferred him to let Vicario take it.
Yeah. Are we expecting much injury time?
Oh God! What about that VAR for the Dyer goal? That was about 2-3 minutes, so we'd probably be looking at 6-7 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah.
Can't be as
Oh
much
yeah,
as
the
12.
emoji red card.
Oh no, that was easy. That was a straight him on the floor, yellow, red, you're off. That was like less than 30 seconds.
To be fair, all I'm seeing on Twitter is, Spurs should be proud of the 9 players' performance, but so Vicario. Okay, this will be interesting. So Vicario playing a high line, Vicario sweeper keeper has cleared the ball and has instantly gone down holding his ankle, and it looks as though Mudryk has caught him, but I don't know to the extent. So Mudryk has been given a yellow card. I'm sure VAR will look at it.
Oh,
I don't know if Vicario is just playing up to the occasion.
I've said this will be checked.
Let's put it this way: in real time.
Hang on. He's left one in on him. I don't. Again, we've got to look at intent, and for me, he didn't need to leave his leg on Vicario. He didn't need to do that. So if we're going on intent, then that's a red card. But Kev says it's a yellow. No move.
Okay, what's the difference between that and Romero following through from a ball-winning challenge in the box?
I don't know.
Because if we're saying that Romero couldn't stop, then you're saying that Mudryk couldn't stop, but he still stamps down his leg.
It was very soft, but again, he didn't need to do it. So, and he has, but it's a yellow no more. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't know.
thought Vicario was a little theatrical with it. When you actually
He was definitely
after,
theatrical. He was definitely theatrical.
Yeah. I mean, he looked like salmon jumped out of water.
But I think at this point you have to be, right? You have to try and get everything you can.
Yeah, but no, he was definitely theatrical. However, he was still caught. That's regardless, he was still caught.
Well, let's put it this way: if he don't get up, we're ending up with Eric Dyer in goal. Unless
Couldn't be any worse than Harry Kane going in goal. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Yes,
mate. I was actually at that game when it happened. That was one of my first European games, and I was up there with my mates, and that bloody happened. I was sitting right behind the goal as well. I have no clue how the hell you pronounce this geezer's name. Has just come on for Chelsea.
God knows.
Oguchukwu?
9 minutes. There we go. Kev was spot on.
Fucking hell.
His studs were showing, or he was stamping down on his leg. Then
I think he said if his studs were showing,
if his studs were showing.
Down.
Yeah.
Do you know the one person who's disappointed me since he's come on? Skip. I haven't seen him do fuck all. Apart from shouting by the tracking.
You could argue that what is there for him to do in this game? So we had a free kick and the ball's just bouncing along the Chelsea 6-yard box, but nobody got anything on it.
We're just going to have to try and get any set piece that we can, aren't we? Chelsea are being very, very wasteful, aren't they, with needless fouls for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, Wynnie, it just bounced around the back of Son and Royale. I mean, Dyer played an actual good ball back across the box. Sonny got it down, but there's no intent. There's no sort of idea or cohesion to anything to it now. They've got no point of control.
No, but what I will say is, interestingly, Chelsea are 11 men behind the ball. I didn't expect the last 9 minutes to be like that.
Yeah.
They've literally gone 11 men behind the ball and are just trying to protect it, which is a very strange tactic when you've been on the ascendancy for so long. Silly free kicks given away now. They're just going to run time down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Kev said the same thing. I can't believe how bad Chelsea are.
Yeah, like, why would you? This is if anything, it's going to highlight that, how poor they are, because I mean, you could argue that obviously when we played Liverpool, they were down to 9 men and we struggled to break them down. But, Chelsea are literally... Sorry, Sonny's in. What a save from the goalkeeper. That was the chance, lads, I think.
Well, you on 90 plus 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah.
And Chelsea are now in.
Oh, yeah.
And that's 3-1 to Chelsea.
Bollocks.
Nicholas Jackson.
Was he?
That's 3-1, lads. Pochettino's absolutely screaming, "Fuck off, you fat fucker."
Oh, yeah. Fucking Porro. Piece of shit.
You ride your luck. There's not much more to say than that, is there?
Gary Neville needs to be banned from commentating as well.
No, Gary Neville just needs to go and fuck himself. Simple as that. He was a wanker as a player, and he was a wanker as a manager, and he's an absolute
for
cunt
how
as a
good
commentator.
Vicario's been, he will be disappointed with that one as well.
I
The
think
shot
I
is
had Nicholas
pretty much
Jackson
straight aim.
in my fantasy football team at the start of the season, and then I took him out.
And he's just gone and assist and a goal tonight. Yeah,
He's
that
got two
just goes
goals.
straight through. That went. No, it was Sterling the second one, wasn't it?
No, he played it through to Nicholas Jackson, didn't he? Unless I'm making this up.
Let me see. No, you are right. It was Sterling to Jackson. I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah.
So here's one for you. Is the game any different if
See you, mate.
is the game any different if Udoji doesn't get that red card?
Potentially, yeah. But, you could say lots of things, right? Is the game any different if Eric Dyer goes 1 second beforehand? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what? It's so strange. I don't know how to feel right now. I don't know whether to be proud. I don't know whether to be pissed off. I don't know whether to be happy, sad. I don't know what to feel right now. This is weird, isn't it? And it's not just because we're about to, this is our first loss of the season. It's the circumstances of the loss.
I think me made our own bed and we have to live with it here. This was our own fault. Simple as that. We had everything going in since that goal got disallowed, our second one, and then we just lost our heads. We showed we are far from ready for any sort of title chase or anything like that. You cannot perform in a big game like this, no matter where Chelsea are in the league. They're still one of the biggest clubs in the Premier League, and you have to take everything seriously. And I don't think in the first half we did. I thought we.
Yeah, but saying that, we were on top first 15 minutes.
Chelsea are in. Nicholas Jackson hat trick.
Bollocks. Right, I'm going for a cigarette.
He's just sued. Nicholas Jackson has literally just gone to the corner and sued. What an absolute prat.
Yeah. I don't know what you make of this now. Do you know what I mean? Like 4-1 flat as Chelsea, beyond belief.
It should have been 4-1 a lot sooner, if I'm honest.
There's no reason why that should have gone through at all.
I'll be interested to see the media reaction to this defeat and see how the media spin it. Do you know what I mean? Whether the media spin it as, a valiant effort by the 9 men, whether they go, they take the spin of how poor Chelsea were, even though they were up for so long. Whether they go for, the ill discipline from Tottenham.
Yeah. Can I ask where Højbjerg was for that then, by the way?
No idea, mate. Absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
Mudryk is in, cuts it back. Nicholas Jackson has just skied it from just outside the 6-yard line. Yeah. That shows how shit he is.
I'm still watching him doing the Ronaldo celebration, to be fair. It's unbelievable from a point when Eric Dyer nearly makes it 2-2 to us losing 4-1.
I want to see another image and that's game over.
I and just watching this Nicholas Jackson miss. Oh my God. Right, so there we have it. Full time. Spurs lose 4-1. First loss of the season. Let's talk about it, Wynnie.
Where do you want to start, mate?
Where do we start? Well, first of all, I want to welcome everybody in from the end of the game. If you are just joining us, Spurs have lost 4-1 to Chelsea in the end. I don't even really feel up for saying a valiant effort for Spurs. I don't even really want to say, tomorrow I might, this will go out tomorrow, but, I still don't feel like I want to say a valiant effort from Spurs. I just feel that, we're our own worst enemy in that game today. I genuinely think that. I think that, we played good at times. And then, we just capitulated,
Yeah.
Let's break it down, shall we? Every incident as it goes on.
Jesus Christ. How long have we got?
5-10 minutes probably. So obviously first 10 minutes in the game, Spurs came out the traps. Spurs said, we're going to win this game and we're going to take it to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Kulusevski cuts in, shot with his left foot, as you'd always expect from him. Deflected effort, 1-0 Spurs.
Yeah.
I sat here and I said, we'll go on and win this. We'll beat Chelsea and we'll show them what we're really made of. All of a sudden, it started to look like the game was going to turn. Udogie dives in, gets away with one, potentially, gets a yellow card for a large challenge. Romero swings out at Colwell and doesn't get red carded for an off-the-ball incident. At that point, Wynnie, what are your thoughts at that point?
If I'm honest, my thoughts were that we were riding our luck massively. And when you do that, sometimes things come back to bite you and you get ultimately what you deserved, let's say. And how the game has panned out, that's exactly what's happened. I mean, I'm assuming we're gonna talk through each incident individually again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so at that point I'm thinking, look, we need to really calm down here, because regardless of who it's against in the Premier League, we can't afford to go down to 10 men. I mean, I say we did against Luton and obviously won the game, but that's different circumstance. Luton shouldn't even be in the Premier League. Yeah. No disrespect. But there's better teams in the Championship right now than Luton, i.e. Leicester, etc. So yeah, so I'm just thinking, let's just keep it nice and tight, keep it steady. Hopefully get to half time and Ange can maybe have a word with them. And so I'm just looking at Nicholas Jackson pointing at the Chelsea badge, smiling as he's walking off the pitch. I mean, I wouldn't be doing that if I had missed as many chances as he had and he scored a hat-trick against 9 men. But anyway, but yeah, so look, I'm looking at thinking we need to settle down, because we're riding our luck massively.
Yeah,
and that's at that point, mate. That's pretty much all. I think
we both agree, right, that Romero should have been sent off for his kick out on Colwell.
100%. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It was very immature, very petulant, very old Romero-esque. That's what the old Romero would have done. And it's what we thought he had kind of come away from with this new role for Tottenham. So, but yeah, no qualms from me. That should have 100% been a red card.
Definitely, but then that doesn't get a red card.
No,
and a little bit later on, Chelsea score, right? So then goes to VAR. VAR check offside. Nicholas Jackson's arse is offside.
Yeah.
Then they check, what else can we have a look at here? There was a challenge during that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can look at that and make that a decision. So then they look at a Romero tackle.
So let me just, interject slightly. If it was that bad of a tackle, which everyone is making out it is, why was that not the first thing they checked?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why did they go, okay, let's check the offside and then we'll go and check the tackle? Because if the tackle was red card worthy, surely to God they would go, right, we need to check this. We need to check this tackle first because that I mean, but then again, I don't know what they do because obviously they're not going to disallow the goal because he's fouled. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how it works, but what I'm trying to say is if the tackle was that bad and was red card worthy, that would have been, in my opinion, the first thing they should have checked.
Yeah.
The problem is, look, with VAR, and it's not just Spurs, it's every fan of every team in the Premier League has probably been on the end of this at some point now. It almost looks as though, and it's like, especially for us now, it feels as though they they had to disallow that goal because he was offside. But then it's almost as if they look further and deeper and try to find a reason or justification for the decision that they want to make. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%, mate.
But I mean, looking at that one again, look, I always try to remain as unbiased as possible. And I just don't think that you can give a red card for a tackle that, like, look, when you make a tackle, you can't. There's a thing called momentum, I don't know if anyone knows about it. You can't just instantly stop your body. Your body has momentum. It's going to travel forward. Do you know what I mean? It's physics. You can't deny that. What is he supposed to do?
We both agree that Romero should have been sent off before this, right?
Yeah.
But my point on this incident is very clear. And it is, this kind of decision is ruining the game.
Yeah.
This kind of decision is getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Forget about the 2020s. Forget about the 2000s. Think about, I said this earlier, about the 90s, right? Football was played fierce. It was played tough. And, if you won the ball and you went through someone, so what? You win the ball, right? If you get your leg broken because of a tackle where the other player has won the ball, I'm sorry, but that's just what happens. It's a contact sport. Christian Romero is completely different to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones goes over the top of the ball and into the player. Romero goes through the ball into the player.
100%.
As you say, it's like VAR. We're always looking. It's not just Spurs, because I'm very big on this, right? It's not just Spurs. It's every single team that this happens to, right? They always look for something. For some reason, I can't bring Kallum back in, so we'll just leave him out for a minute. But, let's look at the Arsenal game the other day against Newcastle. They tried everything they could to try and disallow that goal, and everything was inconclusive, so they couldn't. They're always looking for something to stick their nose in, and that's what's annoying me about it. We already say that Romero should have been sent off before then.
Yeah.
And then, they win a penalty and go 2-1 up.
Yeah.
But, that's not it for the first half. Because, crazy enough, Kallum, there was 12 minutes added on in the first half, thanks to injuries to both James Maddison and Mickey van der Ven. And poor guy Mickey van der Ven, because it looks like he'll be done for months now, doesn't it? With that, it looks like a pulled hamstring.
That's a torn hamstring, my friend. That's completely ripped, that is.
Oh, hold on.
Callum's turned into a mime.
Yeah, his mic's not connected for some reason.
Am I on now?
Here he is.
Yeah.
I think literally that's surgery waiting to happen with Mickey, and it's such an unfortunate one. But yeah, like Wynnie said, there's no hamstring left there. So if it was a tackle, then maybe it was okay, but he was just running and it just went. So, I mean, there's no chance of any sort of reprieve, I think, out of this. I mean, if Spurs' medical team come out and do some weird and wonderful stuff and say, oh, yeah, it was just a tweak on it, then maybe 3-4 games, but I highly doubt it. I can't believe we're only in November and we was going so well, and now we're sitting here and thinking, fuck me, what happened tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not only the result, right, Wynnie? It's also those other things as well, right? So you've got Romero red card, 3-game ban. Mickey van der Ven out for months, right?
Yeah.
This is our centre-back partnership that this has happened to. And it couldn't have happened.
The centre-back partnership that has been rightfully, applauded because they have been sensational and the driving factor for us being so good this season. But what I will say, and what I would like to say is, Eric Dyer was faultless when he came on.
Yeah.
And we know we need to also recognise that, because this is a player now that's probably going to be in the starting lineup now for the next 3 months, 4 months, possibly more. We don't know, until we know the extent of Mickey van der Ven. But all we know now is it doesn't look good. But what I will say to his credit is Eric Dyer was faultless. Brilliant finish as well. So let's not forget that. But look, I'm interested to see how Spurs bounce back now. What do we do from here? I don't know what we're going to do. And I mean, it will be interesting to see. Pardon me. It'll be interesting to see what Ange makes of it all in his post-match interview. But I don't know. It's just we need to let the dust settle, because we're all still very, emotional about this. Because let's not forget, every game is emotional in some way. But this game, we've had emotion upon emotion, and it's just been a whirlwind of a game. So
yeah,
I think we need to just let the dust settle over the next couple of days, rethink how we're going to attack, the Wolves game, because it's not going to be an easy game. There's no easy game in the Premier League anymore. So I think we need to just go day by day now.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry, mate. Just want to jump in as well. I hope that whoever does the Spurs media and all their stuff, I hope they don't release a silly statement like Arsenal and Liverpool did. Just let the result be. Don't get involved in any of this BS behind the stage. Just take this defeat and, like Wynnie said, apply it to the next game. Use it to beat Wolves and all that.
But I mentioned this, Kallum. Like, I believe they have to release a statement. They have to try and do something to try and get the upper hand on these officials, because otherwise it's going to keep happening over and over and over again. You watch Arsenal now. Straight after Liverpool released that statement, they had a decision go their way in the next game. You watch Arsenal in their next game, a decision will go their way. Spurs are still a team that have had 0 penalties this season because of decisions, right? Might just be that we've never had a foul, right? But my point is that unless they release a statement condemning the officials, then it's going to keep happening over and over and over again. Now, I'm not saying that it's right for them to do it, but I believe that they will do it on the basis of trying to get the upper hand, because that's what the other clubs are doing.
Yeah, I see your point, mate, but I still feel that tonight was our own fault. We screwed it up big time. Our own players, our own recklessness did it for us. And when you consider it that, it could work in our favour to potentially get something against Wolves if a decision goes our way. But I don't honestly believe it does, because I feel that after tonight's game, we are actually a much weaker team than we were 2.5 hours ago, based on the situation that we're in. And no matter how much we do, I feel we are going to create our own problems one way or another. That's the problem, mate. So we'll probably do something else where Eric Dyer does a silly tackle and goes 2 feet into Hwang Hee-chan or something like that on Saturday. So, I mean, and then if it happens again, do we release another statement and another statement? I agree that we need to hold the officials accountable for silly stuff. But like Wynnie said earlier, do we have to hold them accountable for them fucking up and not giving a red to Romero 10 minutes earlier when he kicked out of Colville? That's the thing. So what do we do? Does Chelsea now get to release a statement tomorrow saying, why didn't Romero get a red card for that accordingly? Then do we go and ask for a statement to be released why Reece James didn't get a red card tonight? No, we don't.
No, but can we just also brush upon that Reece James incident as well? Because I don't think we've talked about it, and I don't think anyone's talked about it. Are we just, for me, if you're going on the precedent that you've set that game, with intent being brought into the equation for tackles, that looked enough intent for me to be given as a red card. And I don't see, what are your guys' opinions? Because you obviously have both seen it.
Yeah, I think I've watched it a couple of times now. I genuinely think it's probably much of nothing. I think that there is an elbow there, but at the same time, I don't think he's intentionally elbowed him, to be honest.
Okay.
50-50 for me. I think there is. Well, to have your elbow up that high, there's got to be a reason for it, because Udoji's not a small man. He's over 6 foot.
If you're jumping, possibly they're going to be. If you're running, why are you running with your arms that high?
I mean, I don't run like this. I don't run like that, do I?
No.
If I do, then I must have something seriously wrong with my running style. So, yeah, realistically, I think that you do have a point there. I think the officiating in this game there was no control over it.
No.
But I don't think there's enough to probably pull that one up, because so many other decisions could have gone either way as well.
A couple of quick talking points before we move on to the Wolves preview, which we are going to have to quickly do. Is that what happened to Udogie, right? He's on a yellow card from that first incident, and he is lazy, he's clumsy, the ball's nowhere near him, nowhere near Raheem Sterling, and he lunges in and with 10 men and gets a red card. And, rightfully so, Ange Postecoglou did not even look at him when he walked down the tunnel. Just quickly on that one, Wynnie, there's no arguments to that, right?
No, yeah, he doesn't need to make that second tackle. Luckily for us, it was 3-on-2. Chelsea had a quick counter attack, one of their many. But on this occasion, the ball was played behind Raheem Sterling, so he didn't need to make that tackle, because if he'd have just held him up and jockeyed him, then he could have won the ball quite easily, and he wasn't going to beat him for pace either. So it was a very, very silly tackle. But look, I'm sure he will learn from it, and I'm sure Big Ange will be in there now. Him and Romero will probably pull him to one side tomorrow, because I have no doubt that they'll be having a nice big debrief tomorrow, and I'm sure they'll be pulled back, pulled aside by Ange individually and say, look, you need to get your head together, because hopefully he goes to the more Romero than Udogie, but hopefully he pulls them both to one side and says, look, we lost that game because of you two. So pull yourselves together, get your act together, and don't ever think about doing it again. But maybe Ange isn't that type of manager. We don't know, do we?
And Kallum, lastly, Spurs held their own with 9 men. They resiliently had the highest line that I've ever seen Spurs have in a long time, and it didn't work out for them in the end. But just want to touch on Eric Dyer's volley into the top corner that actually didn't count in the end. That could have got us at 2-2. Do you think that showed a little bit of resilience from Spurs, or and what's your take on the high line?
I think that Dyer's finish he should be proud of. It was one that probably Kane would have been proud of to score if he was still here. I think Dyer actually had a good game coming on for a good portion of it. And I thought that Spurs actually used the last probably 10 minutes before the goals, using the free kicks to their advantage, trying to make something happen, which was positive. But to play a high line when you've got some very fast players in Mudryk, Jackson, Sterling, I think that was a poor decision. And I don't know who was making that decision, but It's not something I would have done, but it's why I'm not a football manager. It's why I play my games on a computer instead of in real life, mate, because it doesn't matter what I think. What they've done is they've done it, and we've been caught out for it. Simple as that. But Højbjerg and Dyer playing as utility centre backs in their bit, they actually did well until the last 10 minutes. So,
Yeah,
what can you say?
mate.
What can you say?
Yeah, no, I fully understand.
I think what I just quickly want to say, I admire the fact that Ange, didn't want to move away from his usual tactics, and I suppose it worked for for quite a long portion of the game. However, I believe that high line has possibly cost us there. I don't know. We don't know how the game would have played out otherwise, but I don't know. I just think it might be. For me, it's probably a little bit naive because we're down to 9 men. We need to, in my opinion, I don't know. We need to sit back and probably just try and soak up a little bit of pressure. But we didn't deviate from our usual tactics, and I don't know. I just think it may have cost us a little bit, but I mean, ultimately, I think the red cards probably cost us more than that. But
yeah, no, I agree. Right, now we move on to Wolves versus Tottenham, which is going to be the early kickoff on Saturday. So there's a quick turnaround, boys. For the next game, and we've done this before. We played Monday night, then we played Friday night, and we won. Annoyingly, this time we've got no Christian Romero, no Mickey van der Ven, and potentially no James Maddison. Now, I believe
and no Udogie either, no Doggy either.
So I believe that Maddison, if he doesn't play, Bentancur probably will come in that role. I believe, and that's like for like in a certain sense.
Yeah.
Who is in your back four for the game against Wolves, Wynnie?
Right. So I think that it will be Pedro Porro at right back. It will be Emerson Royale at left back. And if fit, I think Eric Dyer and Ben Davis. However, if Ben Davis isn't 100%, then for me, Ashley Phillips, welcome to the Premier League.
Amazing. And Kallum, is there any young starlets in the under-21s you want to see come through for this Wolves game?
Right, so we're going to go Charlie Sayers at left back, Alfie Dorrington and Ashley Phillips at centre back, and Dante Casanova at right back. Because after tonight, Pedro Porro can fuck off.
I thought he had a good game.
Nah, mate, he got. How many times was he on his arse? How many times did he get skinned on that left-hand side? It was ridiculous. No, in all seriousness, mate, I would probably say that, like Wynnie, I'd probably go with Davis, Dyer, Phillips, Porro, or Emerson if Davis isn't fit. It's going to be the bench options that you're going to have to then look at for your centre-backs because we ain't got that many unless you do go to the 21s.
Yeah.
So maybe Dorrington comes in.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Porro, Phillips, Dyer, Emerson, to be honest.
Do you reckon he chucks Phillips in?
I think so. I think either with Phillips or Dorrington. I genuinely think that. I think that I don't know how fit Ben Davis is.
What I will say is I think Ange is the type of person to throw Phillips in. From what I'm led to believe, Phillips trains with, or he had been at one point training with the first team. I believe Dorrington also the same. So, if they're training with the first team and they're not being sent straight back to the under-21s, and they're obviously, to a certain standard to be able to fill in when needed. So, I don't know. The Sky Sports are currently debating about our high line, so I bet that's interesting.
I mean,
look,
I think Phillips.
You praise that high line. if it finishes 2-1 or, we get an equaliser, when it's 4-1, it then gets dissected, right?
Yeah, of course. No,
But more importantly, let's just move straight into it. I want score predictions, baby. I want some score predictions for this.
Cool. See you later. Good night.
Just so to keep us all up to date, the scores from the Chelsea game, none of us got any points for that. So the table remains completely unchanged. Kallum so far down, he's actually out of it. But Kallum, Harry, Dave on 8, Wynnie on 11, and me on 14. Do you know what? I'm going to make it fair for everyone because I don't want people thinking that, I let everyone go first. I will go first. Wolves 0, Spurs 2.
What did you say? Sorry.
Wolves 0, Spurs 2.
Mental. You are mental.
Kallum, I'm coming to you next.
1-0 Spurs.
You're mental.
Bear with me, I'm writing these down.
Wynnie, 12-0 Wolves.
No. No, I'm not that bad. 2-0 Wolves.
Wow. And then we'll ask the others, both Harry and Dave. I'll text them in a minute for their score predictions. Wynnie, do you genuinely feel like what's saying to you that Wolves are going to beat us?
Is because I think today. So I think we've lost 3 of our back 4, and the back 4 have been our driving force. For me, I know, and the reason why I say that is because all of our goals, they've come from all over the park. It hasn't just been our front 3 that are scoring goals. Van der Ven has scored, Romero scored. All of our back line have had a very, very big part of a lot of our goals this season. So, and we've just lost 3 of them for our next game. And we've got people coming in who I'm not going to say aren't good enough, but they're not to the standard that, we've been used to. So, in addition to that, the remaining 9 people that were left on the pitch, that's going to have took a lot out of them players. I just don't think they're going to be able to give the same effort, the same intensity and everything again on Saturday for the early kickoff. Do you know what I mean? There's a big portion of that game where, and let's not forget, they didn't just stop playing football, Tottenham. Sonny was still running his heart out. So I think, coupled the 2 together, the 9 players that were remaining had a lot to do, and they're still going to be knackered. Although Eric Dyer was brilliant when he came on, when he's got a lot of time and he's starting a game, I just don't think that he's good enough to be a starter for us. So I just think we're gonna pay the price.
Okay.
I've just seen as well. There is pictures circulating out there that Mickey van der Ven has been seen in the mixed zone and the exclusion zone in the stadium on crutches and in a boot as well, and potentially being walked along with a paramedic, say maybe on his way to North Mid Hospital at the moment for leg scans as well, from what I'm hearing out there. So
cheers, Jeff.
Well, at least we'll get an answer sooner.
Exactly.
I reckon in the next 2 days we're probably going to be looking at something coming out from the medical team, from what I'm seeing at the moment.
I mean, if he's getting potentially scanned tonight, then there should be no reason why tomorrow. We don't know the extent.
Well, it depends on how much swelling there is around the hamstring and his
true.
upper leg, which will dictate whether, because remember, swelling obviously blocks out a lot of X-ray images if you can't see directly through to the bone or where it is. So you never know. Just going back to it as well, do you guys feel it's the wrong choice to play Doji based on the fact that he's only had 1 training session this afternoon?
No.
No,
I think it's his own fault. It's got nothing to do with fitness. He wasn't unfit, in my opinion. He didn't look unfit.
Mm-hmm.
He looked lazy and irresponsible.
Obviously, in hindsight, yes, but hindsight's a
Yeah.
wonderful thing. So yeah, like just echoing what Luke said, I don't think his decision making and his tackles and that were down to fatigue and down to lack of fitness. I think they were just him trying to make up and atone for some of the errors that he had made. So
it's another young player just having to get out of it. I'm hoping it's him being young to get out of his system and all that. Remember, he's only 20 as well. You've got to go through them reckless times, but hopefully
He'll
he doesn't
learn
come
from
like
it.
Romero.
Yeah, he'll learn from it. I'd like to say Romero will learn from it, but he's been in this situation before. So, you know, how many times do you do it before you eventually learn your lesson? So, I don't know.
Exactly, mate.
Right. Well, that wraps us up for today. So thank you for everybody for tuning into the show. Wynnie, thanks again. How can everyone find you?
Yeah,
Wynnie.
Wynnie. You what? Sorry.
And what have you got coming up?
Well, mate, I don't have anything coming up other than me and you potentially starting the little FIFA series that we're gonna try that out and see how it works, and if it works, you know, as we hope, as we expect, then we can get something with the channel going. So yeah, you know, obviously keep your eyes peeled for that. But you know, in the meantime, Wynnie 1991 on Twitter, and the admin for the Park Lane Pod Twitter. And look, all we can do now is let's just keep our fingers crossed that some of the injuries that we have, that we have incurred today aren't as serious as we expect them to be. And, you know, we'll do it all again on Saturday, early afternoon.
Exactly. Kallum, thanks again, buddy. How can everyone find you?
At Kallum Stubbs 97 on Twitter, mate, as always. Tonight has been one of the toughest games since the Battle of the Bridge for me, so I hope that Spurs don't do it to me on Saturday, and I'm glad we're not doing a live watch-along. Unless people want to do it, then we may be doing it.
And you can find me at Luke_Park Lane. More importantly, make sure you're following Park Lane Pod on all social media platforms. We also have a WhatsApp channel now as well, so you can join the WhatsApp channel. TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. It's Park Lane Pod across all platforms. But once again, thank you all very, very much for watching. Thank you for tuning in again tonight. And we'll see you all on Sunday night at 7 p.m. as we dissect the game against Wolves. It's hard to say.
I don't think I've got it
in me.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.